Hey guys, this is Following Lucha. Welcome back. I'm Jacy. I'm joined by...
Yo, what up, guys? It's your boy, you're another loser from the basement, Steven here.
Steven, you're my favorite loser in a basement. I have to be honest.
Thank you, man. You're
I have
my
to be
favorite.
I don't know. I feel like I'm not used to doing the intro for this podcast because you take it over every week, and I don't know what to do when you don't. You know,
because you introduced me. That's why.
I don't know.
Don't do that.
I like when you introduce Following Lucha. I have to be honest. You know, it feels like all's right in the world when Steven starts.
All's right when I introduce it.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. But Steven, so much has gone on in the world of wrestling since we were last here. You know, we have since watched a new episode of Lucha Underground instead of a shitty WWE Studios film from 2016. You know, so we're getting back into regular Following Lucha mode. Only for us to like abandon it next week when we go to WrestleMania. So that's cool.
Did we tell the audience? I don't think we ever told the listening audience yet about the WrestleMania trip, have we?
I mean, we've definitely said we're going to Mania.
At it.
I think
we never Shep just said, "Yo, guys, we're going to WrestleMania next week."
I guess not, but we are. Yeah, guys, we're gonna be in Dallas WrestleMania. We're gonna be going to Saturday, Sunday Mania, Joey Janela Spring Break. I think also Super Card of Honor potentially. So, I mean, I can't imagine anyone cares enough about that to seek us out.
I think I care enough because I want to do like a vlog thingy. Because every time I do a vlog thingy, I never do them. But I think this one I might do. Yes. Because like I have an actual audience for it.
You have a knack for filming so much footage, gathering so much footage for vlogs, and then never making the vlog. But
this one, I think I could do.
Okay. I'll hold you to that. I'll hold you to that, Steven. But yes, well, we'll be in Mania, so next week will be a little bit different. But this week, we have an episode of Lucha Underground to recap. We have some events from 2014 to get to, and then we got some current events. But before that, Steven, we have some house cleaning, okay?
Oh no, what happened?
What happened? Well, a couple things happened. One, we got TikTok to talk about again because...
Let's go.
I think we fell off. I'm gonna be honest.
We fell off?
We fell off.
How do you fall off,
We fell
dude?
off. I don't know.
How do you fall off on TikTok?
I don't know.
Are we shadow banned?
I think we might be. I think you, Steven, got a shadow banned on TikTok.
I got a shadow banned?
Because you created a video, a little recap video of last week when we were talking about the Countdown movie that Rusev and Dolph Ziggler were in. The scene where Rusev points a gun at Dolph. And that video got blocked on TikTok.
Dude, I'm so sad about that. That video got like 9K in like 3 hours.
I know.
And then it got sensitive content. Like, what?
I was actually the one who reported it. I don't want your videos to be more popular than mine.
Why'd you report it? But that was so depressing because like that was getting so many views so quickly.
It was. And then all the other ones this week just flopped. You know, Cora Jade.
because I didn't make them.
Quesadillas.
Cora Jade. I liked which one? I liked the first one you made this week. That was pretty funny.
Quesadilla
one,
great.
I liked.
I even liked the wrestlers we could beat up. You know.
That was a fun one.
Yeah.
That one got 2K though. That's not that bad.
It's still pretty bad, Steven. It's pretty
That's
bad.
what I usually project for, 2K.
It's horrible is what it is.
I guess the algorithm just didn't like us this week.
It hated us this week. It hated us.
I just don't get the sensitive content part.
I know.
Because, like, people post guns all the time. Like, was Rusev holding the gun the scary part? Was that why it was sensitive?
So I'm pretty sure, like, just TikTok thinks that was a shoot. You know, they thought, like, for real, Rusev was holding the gun.
They didn't know it was a movie?
Yeah,
but the thing is, like, I see girls' asses all the time. Or, like, people shooting real guns. That's the thing.
Together in the same video?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Actually,
no.
yeah.
That's terrifying. But I looked at the terms of service because I wanted to see if I could get like the little ban on it appealed. And it looks like, I mean, everything should theoretically be good, you know? Like, because the one thing I found is you can't depict real violence or like real like threat to blah 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 or incite violence.
That's why you have fake violence.
Exactly. It's doubly fake violence. It's a movie with pro wrestlers in it. Like, there are two layers of fiction, and it's still TikTok said, no, guys, this is too much. What if Rusev had actually shot Dolph Ziggler there?
He didn't even shoot the gun.
Oh my
That's the thing.
God.
They held a gun. The way we edited it, the gun was there for like a second, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah, no, it was barely I think what they were more upset about was the super kick that Dolph delivered.
Super kick?
Yeah, I think that was more so what the problem was.
Just Rusev tumbling to a wall with the oof sound effect from Minecraft.
Oof. Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah. But that's really our TikTok update this week, guys. We got to get back on. We got to get on top of things this week.
I like the video where we beat up people and the guy in the comment was like, yo, 2 losers in the basement who've never been in a fight before.
No, that's not true.
Pathetic.
Steven, you and I have been in a lot of fights. right?
Yeah. I wasn't like, was it Taekwondo as a kid? So I've been in some fights, bro, with other children. All right.
That's
I've been fight other children. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
That's pretty badass. That's pretty badass. And me, I mean, I would fight with my sister a lot. Okay, and she's 4 years older than me, so it was pretty tough.
That's the worst fights, dude, with your siblings. They go for it, man.
Well, yeah,
they're not afraid.
Bigger than me. She was meaner than me. Just all of it. So, am I in a basement right now? Yes. Do I have a body pillow behind me right now? Yes. Is that relevant? No. We don't need to bring it up.
In my basement. That's why I put green screens up.
It is. It is. Absolutely. But okay, Steven, so the TikTok is there. We're working on that. We're trucking along. Okay. But also some more house cleaning. Last week when we did review the 2016 movie Countdown, we had a debate, the two of us, between whether or not the main character of the movie, the person that Dolph Ziggler is playing, if his name was Ray Fitzpatrick, which it is, or if it was Ray Thompson, which
it's literally Ray Thompson, dude.
So I was so confused because I was going off of like IMDb when I was like putting together my little recap, all my notes, and that's where I found the last name Fitzpatrick. But you, I don't know where you found Thompson, but
it's literally in the movie.
So is Fitzpatrick, I think.
No, it's literally in the movie.
Steven, but I decided like, okay, we had no conclusion last week. It was just us fighting by the end of the podcast about what his name was. So I looked it up. And there are conflicting reports. There are reviews of the movie referring to him as Ray Thompson, and other reviews of the movie referring to him as Ray Fitzpatrick. And I cannot be bothered to go back and watch the movie again to find out. But I'm choosing to believe that they just fucked up the editing, and he's referred to both Ray Fitzpatrick and Thompson.
Just both of them?
Yeah, he's just
That's
both.
Possible.
I think it's likely. Most likely scenario is that they gave their character two names on accident. I think so. But I don't know. I wish I could come here and tell you, Steven, haha, you're wrong, I'm right. But I think we're both right, which is really sad.
This sucks. I don't like it when two people are right.
No, I really don't either. But that was all the house.
One of us can be right.
Exactly. All the house cleaning I had for this week, Steven. Do you want to go ahead and finally dive back into the world of Lucha Underground? We're the official lore keepers.
I love Lucha Underground.
Go. So this episode, Steven, it aired on the El Rey Network on December 3rd of 2014.
Yo, that's almost the new year. That's crazy.
So close to the new year. We're getting into the Christmas season, holiday season. It's episode 6 of Lucha Underground. It is called
Let's Go.
The Key. You know,
The Key?
The Key is the name of the episode.
The Key.
I know. And
what happened?
Well,
man.
What happened? We'll get there, Steven.
Last week, man.
Yeah, what happened? You mean a couple weeks ago? It's been so long since
2 weeks ago, man.
Exactly. So we got a recap, and the recap was very like Prince Puma and Johnny Mundo focused, like recapping their entire relationship, where they started out with Dario Cueto bringing Puma into the temple to take out Johnny Mundo, right? And then he failed, and then Puma and Mundo became friends because they respected one another. But then if you remember to the main event of the last show that we watched, Steven, it was Prince Puma versus Big Rick. Big Rick was losing to Prince Puma. No, I mean, I don't really know what was happening. It was a match. Prince Puma was dominating. Johnny Mundo came out, was trying to help Prince Puma because it was a 3-on-1 attack. And then he accidentally super kicked Prince Puma, allowing Big Rick to get the victory. And we assume the match. It's unintentional. Exactly. It lost Puma the match. And so now we have to wonder, was it on purpose? Was it intentional? Are they still friends? Will they? Won't they? We don't know.
Were they ever friends?
I mean, I guess so, yeah. Like, they shook hands and they hugged and stuff a couple times.
Oh, I guess that's good enough.
Like, they're friendly, at least, you know? And then another part of the recap is that we get a reminder that Chavo is being actively pursued by the entire country of Mexico.
That's good.
Good lore.
Good for him.
And then also that Sexy Star wants to vanquish the Guerreros, which also very cool. And that's our recap.
Pretty facing to do.
Yeah. That's where we last left things on Lucha Underground. So this episode opens up.
That did age well, I guess, like this week in wrestling, huh?
In what sense?
The whole Guerrero thing.
How so?
With like Vicky.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't want.
That's a later thing we talk about. That's a thing we talk about later.
Yeah. That's unfortunate. I wish Sexy had vanquished all the Guerreros. You bring up a good point, Steve.
Maybe she had a point, huh?
Maybe she did. But this episode starts with Dario Cueto in his office, and sitting across from him is Big Rick. And he is saying, "Thank you so much, Big Rick, for finally signing this exclusive contract with me and Lucha Underground. And as a part of this contract, you've got your cash bonus as well. And this makes Big Rick very happy that he's a cash bonus. And all the while, he's just smoking and drinking just in Dario's office. It's a wonderful scene, you know?
It's his gimmick.
It is. It is. He makes
gimmick,
money.
though.
He smokes. He drinks. He has a good time.
Yeah.
You know, he's living his best life, and people want to ruin that for him, and I don't appreciate it. And basically, Dario's like, hey, you're getting this cash bonus. You're getting this contract because you bring violence to this temple, and that's what this is all about. I want violence.
All about violence.
It is. And so that's really where it is. It's just like a sort of ominous little segment where Big Rick is now exclusive to Lucha Underground. How does that make you feel, Steven?
Yo, good for him, man.
Yeah.
Good for him. He's got a contract and everything.
I guess.
That's awesome.
I don't really know what other companies were looking to swoop
PWG?
up Big Rick in 2014. I don't know, man. I don't know.
AEW would cook him up if they existed back then.
You know what? Maybe.
Control Your Narrative?
Oh, they would love Big Rick.
They existed, yeah.
They would love him. No, you're right. You're right. Again, this was 2014. His options were
Ring of Honor?
Oof.
On, maybe New Japan, because like they like bigger people, right?
I mean, I guess so. Yeah. In 2014, who was over there? That wasn't Kurt Angle. That was post Kurt Angle and post Kurt. They had TNA or something.
TNA too, like not Impact yet.
I don't know.
Does GCW exist still?
No.
Or
GCW did not exist yet. No, not at all. Not at all. But
either
way, I guess you're right, Steven. Very hot agent. Very hot talent.
Hottest agent in the country.
Exactly. That's what I've heard. And Dario has officially signed him. So woohoo! And then we cut to the ring, and it's a couple of people we're very familiar with standing there, Steven.
Yo.
It is Son of Havoc, and it is Ivelisse.
Yo. And they pulled a promo, bro. It was awesome.
Let's go. Yeah, no, this brother-sister duo, they were saying that their tenure in Lucha Underground, especially Son of Havoc's, has been a joke so far, okay? And Ivelisse is the one talking this whole time. She is screaming, she's yelling, she's pissed. And she's like, you made him fight a woman? You made him fight a little person? You made him fight... who else did he fight? Is that it? Just a little person and a woman?
That's literally it.
I mean, that's tough.
I mean, I guess they fought Chavo.
Oh, that's true. Lost to Chavo.
But
you're right.
Yeah.
And again, Ivelisse is just screaming this entire time. And she says, we would have never signed a 7-year contract with this company if we knew they were going to treat us like this.
That's good lore. That's a good contract right there, dude.
They're signing 7-year contracts?
Company been last for 7 years.
With Ivelisse? What the hell? Oh my god.
What were their creds before this?
What was that?
Like, were they big agents before Lucha?
No, but like 7 years? You surely. The idea is you build your stock over a couple of years and then you renegotiate. You know,
right?
You can have a full ass career in 7 years. Stone Cold was in and out of WWF in 7 years. Huh?
Who signed their contract? Who does the contract stuff?
I imagine Dario. He just did the one with Big Rick, you know?
Dario's like, yo, these guys cause violence, I think. I don't know. They've never wrestled yet.
A lot of contract talk in like the first couple minutes of the episode. It's pretty cool.
That's crazy.
Pretty cool.
7 years is a lot for a contract.
Yeah, no shit.
Was that... You think that was like ad-libbed in or like legit that was in the script? 7 years.
No, because I'm thinking about all the drama that happened after Lucha Underground folded and how people were still locked into their contracts. And
what?
I think it might have been a shoot, Steven.
That might have been a shoot. They legit signed a 7-year contract. Why would you sign that? Unless like if it's like a Fed thing, I would probably take a 7-year contract though.
I mean, not even.
No.
Think about it.
It's like a 5 year, didn't he?
If you're in 2014 and you're signing a 7-year contract, you would have just got out last year. Like you would have just got out 4 months ago. From this contract. That's fucking crazy. That's crazy.
Making some bank, dude.
I guess it's a guaranteed contract. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I guess so. But then Ivelisse said, if we known this was going to be how we're treated here, we would have gone to Nashville, which, whoa.
What's in Nashville?
Isn't that where TNA's based out of?
Oh.
Isn't that Dixieland?
Is it? I don't know. I didn't think so. TNA that much in 2014.
Well, yeah, I don't really know either. I assume.
Might have been.
I assume.
I don't even know if it's Impact yet. When did Impact happen?
Oh, I'm sure it's Impact by then. Like Impact was probably like I feel like it's always been Impact as long as I've been aware. Was it back with the octagonal
ring? Because I remember they brought that back for a bit.
I don't know if it was the octagonal ring.
Is it octagonal?
Octagonal? Oh, Steven, what are you doing?
I dropped something on my desk. I'm sorry.
That's very suspicious. What did you drop?
Chate Tamagotchi.
No!
Poor guy.
Steven, this Tamagotchi is becoming a hazard, a distraction on this podcast.
It's just like a little like fidget thing, honestly.
It's really...
It's not even on. That's the thing. I don't even turn it on. I just fidget with it.
I can't believe you. I can't believe
Poor
you.
guy.
This
Poor
is
guy.
going to become a problem, okay?
Yeah.
I don't want to hear anything
next?
more about your Tamagotchi.
What happened next, man?
What happened next is that Son of Havoc issues an open challenge. You know, he's like, I'm tired of fighting little people. I'm tired of fighting women.
Is his voice like more distorted in this promo, by the way?
His voice is always distorted. I don't know what the fuck.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. But he actually has his shoot voice too. You know,
shoot voice.
It's like John Laurinaitis got kicked in the throat and now he can't talk.
Yeah,
that's cool.
His voice got really messed up, so he talks like that.
I think so. And so he issues an open challenge. He says, anyone back there, I want a real fight. And his open challenge gets answered, Steven, by none other than the Pimpinella Escalarta.
I don't know who this person is.
What?
But
how dare you?
I thought it was pretty cool.
He is like one of the most famous exoticos from Mexico. And so, and I mean, I know him from Lucha Underground.
Do you know the lore of Exotico wrestling is?
I mean, a little bit. I watched a documentary on it. Do you remember like when Vice, because they still do Dark Side of the Ring, but for a couple seasons, they also did a show called The Wrestlers, where this guy just flew around the world, like just doing
that's cool.
like 60-minute documentaries on different like wrestling culture, you know?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and one of them he did was specifically
cultures
on
in Mexican
Exoticos.
wrestling. That's crazy.
It is. And so yeah, one episode was dedicated to Exoticos and Pimpinella was in it. And so, I mean, it's pretty cool, and he's pretty sick. And so, but basically, the idea behind an Exotico is it's kind of like cross-dressing in wrestling, you know? I mean, it's very fun. It's very flamboyant. And as soon as his Pimpinella comes out, Vampiro just says, "Good gimmick." He loves it.
Good gimmick.
Good gimmick.
That's what I would say in the podcast. Good gimmick.
Good gimmick. He says it's like Gorgeous George. And then Matt Striker starts listing all the flamboyant wrestlers that came before.
Like Miz?
He puts the Miz on the list. Miz. It was very funny. I enjoyed that.
My favorite flamboyant wrestler, The Miz?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And I mean, it was a cool, fun little match again, where like the point was to make Son of Havoc look a little bit silly by having him fight like a weirder kind of wrestler, right? But
it's kind of inappropriate.
What do you mean?
Kind of inappropriate, dude.
Kind of inappropriate?
Just because they're weird? Just because they're weird for cross-dressing?
No, you're right. You're right. I'm sorry, Steven. I'm sorry, Steven.
Come on, Dario.
What are your thoughts on Pimpinella?
It's fine.
Yeah, I thought
fine match.
I thought he was awesome. Like his prissy little run that he did across the ring. And...
I like the little like twirl he did. I think was like they ran up to like Matt Cross. Wait, who the fuck is Matt Cross? I mean,
what the fuck?
Son of Havoc.
Thank you.
In the corner of the ring, that was fun.
Yeah. I mean, for how old Pimpinella is, and I hope they got him pronouncing Pimpinella.
Because they move really good
correctly. Yeah. He's very, very quick in the ring.
He is, yeah.
And it basically, I don't know why, but at some point Matt Striker starts talking about Wisconsin, and he says,
"Oh, I remember why. It's
okay.
Because so Matt was talking about how like you'll never see someone like Pimpinella ever in Wisconsin, unless they're from Craigslist." I think he meant like prostitutes.
Well, of course,
maybe.
yeah.
And then Vampiro's like, I don't know, I never been in Wisconsin.
Dude, I've never been there, so
I don't know.
It was the most suspicious sounding thing ever. Vampiro has definitely gotten a couple prostitutes in Wisconsin. There's no doubt in my mind.
Good commentary, Vampiro. Chip's like, I don't know. Just end the conversation as quick as possible there.
He didn't want any follow up. It's fair. It's fair.
Good for Vampiro, dude.
And then at one point,
sketchy, man.
Yeah, Matt Striker asks if Vampiro thinks Pimpinella is just faking it so he can confuse his opponents. But what? Okay. Okay, guy. Faking what? I don't.
Flamboyancy, that's what they're faking.
I guess so. And also, Vampiro simply didn't respond to Matt that time. Just, it was silence.
Does he know you're really messed up?
Yeah.
Rich doesn't talk ever.
Honestly, yeah. If you can't get a response from Vampiro, you said some fucked up shit, man. And so, Evil East starts getting involved in the match too, like helping Son of Havoc. Which, I mean, of course, I would do that for my sister. You know, it's brotherly, sisterly love. And
good love.
Honestly. And there was like a cool little splash that Pimpinella did from like the ring. No, it wasn't Pimpinella. It was
the outside dive, right?
It was
It looks
Son of
pretty
Havoc.
cool.
Yeah, because Pimpinella was down on the ground, and Matt Cross grabs the ring post. Again, he's on the outside of the ring. He grabs it and lifts his body up so he's completely like parallel with like the mat. It was insane. Like the upper body strength, he's awesome, and he just drops down on top of Pimpinella. It was sick. It was so sick.
Good for boy Son of Havoc. Too bad he's kind of just a jobber.
I mean,
but
a little bit.
Yeah.
But after a while of Evilise keeping on interfering, finally to save Pimpinella, Masquerita Sagrada comes out. Steven,
let's go, my man. Let's go.
Masquerita makes his return to the temple, and he starts he's messing around with Son of Havoc, distracting him. He's chasing around Evilise. It's wonderful stuff. It's wonderful stuff. And then, as Masquerita is chasing Evilise and Son of Havoc is distracted, Pimpinella kisses him, Steven.
Yo,
if only the cameras would have caught it.
Maybe like they intentionally didn't do it for like network reasoning.
No, they've shown other people kissing, right? Like they've shown Mill and Katrina kissing. Like,
yeah, but that's like male and female.
Steven, it's 2014.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
It's 2014.
I guess
dude.
gay marriage was legalized like that year. You're right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. No, I don't. I mean, maybe. I didn't even consider that, but I thought they just missed the camera shot. But they got a hard cam. They couldn't have missed
Well, the
it.
thing is, you can't miss a camera shot if like it's not even live. I feel like.
Well, I mean, you could have just not filmed it. Like a cameraman couldn't have been on it. But but they have a hard cam again. Like, I think you're right. That's so fucked. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That is so
Crazy.
weird.
We've really developed in our world.
That's
in the
honestly what I've
society we live in.
learned from Matt Striker's commentary. My main takeaway is that 2014 is so much different than I remember it. Like, honestly.
I like how we shot on like PC culture too in the first episode, I think, or the second one. That was pretty funny for Matt.
Yeah, so cool, so cool. But basically, Pimpinella kisses Son of Havoc allegedly, and then this is enough of a distraction. Gets the roll up. 1, 2, 3. Pimpinella beats Son of Havoc. Let's go.
Good roll up. Good roll up.
Good roll up. Good gimmick.
I love me some roll ups.
Hell yeah. I mean, again, I don't have as much of a problem with it now. Ever since I learned it's like more of a thing in just like Mexican culture. You know, like roll ups and flash pins are like I guess very common over there. So like the fact that they're incorporating it into this show that is obviously very like it's owned by and run by a Mexican company. You know, it makes sense, which I kind of like.
Yeah.
And then my favorite part of the entire episode, Steven, Pimpinella wins. He and Masquerade Sagrada just start dancing in the ring.
Let's go!
Oh
it was
my
awesome.
god, it's so awesome.
If I was a child, dude, I would love that.
Hell yeah. Because
I was a child at the time, so I probably would love that.
I mean, we were 14. We were adolescents, you know?
No, I feel like when I was 14, I'd be like, no, this is stupid. I like real wrestlers like Daniel Bryan, man. Okay.
Well, you were still calling him Bryan Danielson in 2014.
Bryan Danielson?
Yeah.
Okay. TJ Wilson, man, from NXT.
Well, I don't know.
Well, I don't know. I think he got muscle bustered.
Well, yeah. That was a couple years later. Later. But I don't know, Steven, because I think you're right. I don't think 14-year-old me would have been ready to appreciate Lucha Underground. Because I started watching it when I was like 16 or something. So like a couple years after.
You're not a real journalist, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah, honestly, I wasn't watching it live. I'm not a real journalist. You were so right.
How dare you, dude? How dare you, man?
The only real journalist on Lucha Underground had to be there in Boyle Heights for the show.
How do you talk about something you've never seen, man?
Never seen live. You're right.
Come on. Come on.
We're going to be such good journalists WrestleMania weekend. Oh my god.
Yeah?
Hell yeah.
Do fucking interviews with like Cedric Alexander. Yo, hey Cedric. Do you like it when water splashes up your butthole in the toilet, Cedric?
What?
Check something like, dude, what?
Why did you ask that question to this is unrelated, guys. I'm sorry for getting off topic.
Yeah?
But Steven started DMing other podcasts with our accounts on like Instagram and with our email address.
I mean, one podcast?
2 of them, I thought.
No, it was one. The other one I don't really care much about.
Why did you email them about shooting water up their ass?
Because on their show, they do like a thing where they answer questions from their emails. And they get like one email from their friend, I presume.
Uh-huh.
So I just want to be nice. I just want to be nice to them, man.
Okay. Well, that's cool,
Yeah.
Steven. Hopefully they respond. Hopefully they respond.
I don't know what to wait till next episode.
I
don't want to
so.
name their
We will.
podcast. That's for advertising.
You can
Our
name it. What's
competition,
their
you know?
name? Return to the
don't
Temple.
It's one of, honestly, I don't know the difference of the names, to be honest, because they're really similar.
It's one of them. It's one of them.
It's one of those. Just look up Lucha Underground podcast. You'll probably get one.
Yeah. Exactly.
Not ours.
Exactly.
Not
Precisely.
ours.
No. But that is the match between Pimpinella and Son of Havoc, and then we move on, Steven, to a backstage segment. It is Johnny Mundo, and he's in the locker room, and he finds his boss. He finds El Jefe. He finds Dario Cueto just standing there, and Johnny
in
is
the toilet,
pissed off.
He's peeing.
Dario's not peeing.
He was in the bathroom.
Was it? Ain't no way he was pissing.
No, he was pissing in the bathroom.
No way he was. If he was pissing, he would have dribbled all his piss on top of Johnny Mundo.
Good. That's alpha.
That is kind of alpha, actually.
That's
you know
alpha,
what?
yeah.
You bring up a good point. You bring up a good point. But he's pissed off, and because I guess he's still mad that like he thinks Big Rick is being sicked on him by Dario, which I guess is kind of true. We're learning. Dario just fucking hates Johnny Mundo, and so
for no reason, by the way.
Yeah, for honestly no reason.
This guy he hired.
The guy he hired, exactly. Well, because he said that Johnny is, remember back to episode 1, he said he doesn't like Johnny Mundo because he's there for the money, not the violence. Right.
Just like the other guy's there for the money that he hired.
Well, yeah, the guy that he fucking loves,
contract.
Big Rick, that he just gave a signing bonus to in an exclusive contract. He's simply there for the money. What are we doing? He has rose-tinted goggles on, Steven, and it's messed up. But Johnny Mundo basically says, Dario, I'm tired of this, and every time that Big Rick beats my ass, I'm gonna beat yours from now on. Starting with right now, right here with your dick out.
Right? Fucking now.
Yeah. And Dario's like, no. Hold on. No, we don't have to do this. And Johnny's like, well, things haven't been right between us since you gave away my $100,000. And Dario's like, okay, that's fine. Then you know what? Don't beat me up right now, but I can get you your $100,000. Just give me like till the end of tonight, and I can get your 100K. And Johnny's like, okay, fine. But before he leaves, he rips the necklace off of Dario's neck, that key that he always wears, and he says,
not the key.
This is my insurance policy. And Dario looks sad.
Dario's so sad. I feel bad, dude. This guy's just like some boss who gets beat up by his employees, you know?
Yeah, again, it's kind of on him. He's choosing his employees. And
I just fired Johnny if you don't like him. Come on.
I mean, yeah, well, the thing is, I don't think he wants him fired. I think he wants him, like, put in the hospital. Right? I think he wants him put away Blue Demon style, you know? Okay. And this is his fault for not sicking Chavo Guerrero on it. I know. He's rehabbing in Mexico. It's so sad.
Right. Sexy Star recovered in like a week.
I know. What Masquerita Sagrada recovered in the week. What the hell? But we go from that backstage segment. Johnny Mundo has the key to another matchup, Steven. We are getting another match. This is like the fucking 5th or 6th match we've seen of Mil Muertes as he is going to take on Famous B. So
yo, my boy.
Yo, do you know anything about Famous B?
No. I'm pretty sure he was the guy who saved like who was in that Guerrero thing with
I think he was one of the people who got beat up with all the referees and stuff, right?
Yeah.
I
think he was there, yeah.
I think so. But so you don't know anything about 423 Get Fame and the Famous Brenda?
Is that his name?
Oh my god, Steven, I'm so excited.
Is that his indie name?
I'm so excited. 423 Get Fame. Call it right now, Steven. Get your phone out. Get it on speakerphone. Call 423 Get Fame.
423?
423 Get Fame.
Is that his gimmick?
Call it. Call it on your phone right now.
I mean, I'd call it one day. I also gotta call it that Sami Zayn number too. That was like a thing.
What? Can we get Sami Zayn on the podcast real quick? Just call him up.
Can we? Call him up. I mean, probably get to like voicemail.
Damn it, that would suck.
I still don't know if it's like a shoot thing, by the way.
I think. Is it? I assume it's not his real phone number, but I assume he does have access to answer them. Yeah, but
I think it's like. Right, like a gimmick thing, right? For like advertising.
Yeah. But Mil Muertes versus Famous B, Steven. Mil Muertes is getting so many goddamn enhancement matches, which I love because it's making him a monster. It simply is. Because last time,
the Brock.
The Rock?
No, Brock.
Oh,
the Brock.
Oh, the Brock.
Lesnar.
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand.
Or the Brodus Clay.
You mean Tyrus?
Brodus Clay. Where he like just beats up everyone.
No, thank you.
No.
I have too many Brodus A Clay action figures than I care to admit, Steven.
Why?
Because like they kept releasing them back when I was in Prime collecting action
Why did
figures.
You buy them?
Because they would come out with different colors. I have them in green. I have them in
Why
red.
did you want different Brodus Clays?
I have his first time in the line, like mean Brodus Clay in black. You know, I have so many. Oh
my god, Angie Brodus.
Angie Brodus. I was only there for like a week. I even have short hair, brown hair Dolph Ziggler. You know, what the hell?
Yo, why does that exist?
I don't fucking know. But either way, Mil Muertes versus Famous B. And finally, for your sake, Steven, Matt Striker on commentary explains what Mil Muertes means. That is a direct,
Let's go. What does it mean?
Spanish translation of 1,000 deaths. Which,
yo, thank you, Matt.
Yes, thank you so much,
Thank
Matt
you.
Striker. And as soon as they come out, Matt Striker's like, oh, I imagine you got your eyes on Katrina, don't you, Vamp? And Vampiro's like, no. No, I don't. I'm focused on Mil Muertes. I'm focused on that man right next to her. And I believe him. Matt Striker is the creep out of the two of them, honestly.
Honestly, he always mentions, like, the women first.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, he goads Vampiro into it, you know?
Yeah.
Matt Striker's just a creep. But then Vampiro says, anytime a beast like Mil Muertes gets down at a woman's feet, you know something else is going on, brother. So, like, I don't know
what that means.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. That official
I don't know
lore?
what that means.
I don't. Mil Muertes is in the feet. That's cool. Like, awesome.
Good for him.
Yeah, honestly, you know, I'm not here to kink shame.
It's 2014, man. Like, come on. Like, you should know that.
Exactly. So it's just a squash match. Famous B gets murdered by Mil Muertes. There's a spear,
Famous B, dude.
There's a flatliner.
It's a good spear. His spear is so good.
I love Mil Muertes. He's awesome.
I like when Matt Striker, like, the spear, he usually goes for the finish after that move. Which has never happened ever.
He always does the flatliner. What are you talking about, Matt? I simply don't know.
Oh, Matt.
But I thought what was interesting afterwards, Steven, some real lore for us, is that every time Mil Muertes has won so far, Katrina's always crawled on top of the opponent, licked them, and then kissed Mil Muertes. They've made out. But this time, they had Mil Muertes hold up Famous B in a full Nelson. She licked him standing up, and then did not make out with Mil Muertes.
Maybe this one wasn't worth the kiss.
Maybe not. Maybe. Also, maybe they figure that if it's called the kiss of death, maybe she shouldn't be doing it to her partner.
Well, the guy's dead already, I assumed, right?
No, she's the one who's dead already. He's fine. He lived. Remember, he crawled out of the rocks in Mexico.
Right. He lived in the rocks. He thrived in it.
Of course, he thrived in the rocks.
In this real life Mexican earthquake.
Hell yeah, killed all of Mexico. Actually, it's really
all
sad.
Of Mexico
all
died
of Mexico passed
from
away
that one
day.
earthquake. Yeah,
it was very unfortunate. But that is basically it. We get another squash match from Mil Muertes, and I don't know. I'm kind of interested.
There's more squash than last week.
Yeah, because last week he fought Drago, who's more of like a real character, you know?
Yeah.
Which, speaking of, after this match, we got a Drago vignette, Steven. And
yo, he has wings?
Yo, he's crazy. Wings because
I didn't know he had wings.
Yeah, he's a fucking
insane.
dragon man. Because last week or a couple weeks ago, you asked me, you were like, "Is he a shoot dragon?"
Yeah.
And I said, "Yes, he is." Steven.
He's a real dragon.
Of course. And this is what
awesome.
this promo taught us. It's like a little kid narrating it, and it says, "Dragons were the protectors. They could fly, and they would destroy everything in their path. They ruled the earth, but then humans changed that." And it's like all this footage of like civilization developing and the dragons going extinct. And that's exactly what the little kid said.
And Drago beating up random men on rooftops.
Oh, yeah, it's interspliced with just Drago beating up homeless people, which is the go-to of Lucha Underground.
Good for him.
Yeah, honestly. But basically, everyone thought the dragons were extinct until one more arose in the form of a man.
Oh, my gosh.
And then they end the promo with something I thought was really cool. The little kid says, "What do you fear, the man or the dragon?" And then it goes, and it
then
flashes
like the wings spread out.
Drago
really cool.
slays tonight. Which is true.
Did he though? But will he?
Will he? That is the question, because he has a rematch with King Cuerno. Of course, we saw this match a few weeks ago when Drago beat King Cuerno in Cuerno's debut match, Steven, and now he wants his revenge. Because we talked about it, Mil Muertes was the one who beat Drago last week, and after his loss, King Cuerno just came to the ring and beat him up like a dick, you know, hit him with a thrill of the hunt, which is pretty cool.
He was hunting him. He was like on the balcony, just like staring at him.
He was stalking his prey. It was terrifying. And so the match is sick. I like this match. I love these two wrestlers.
It was a fun match. I liked it.
Yeah, it was quick, and it was cool.
Yeah.
So, because again, I have to watch all of this in the context of this was 2014. This was so much more special then than it is now, with like how like high paced and amazing like AEW is. And I mean,
now we get like
WWE
freaking
too.
Pentagon Jr. versus Ray Phoenix and like
fucking we got
AEW. Like,
Kenny Omega
like,
versus Ray Phoenix on TV like a year and a half ago.
Like it's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. But it's insane. Like the shotgun drop kick that King Cuerno hits at the beginning of the match is awesome. I love his
nice.
drop kick.
Nice drop kick. Good drop kick. Is it a top 10 drop kick? I think Randy Orton.
Top
5 drop kick. Yeah,
but that's
top 5 drop kick right there.
A regular drop kick and a shotgun drop kick are like different moves essentially, you know?
I guess, but they're both kicks that you drop from.
But one's about getting height, and the other's about like fucking murdering your opponent. You know, like yeah. But either way, my favorite part of this match is when, because the crowd, I don't think they really know Drago or King Cuerno that much, so they're a little bit quiet. Except they edited it in. You could tell they edited it in.
They piped it in.
Yeah, like cheers and boos and chants and stuff afterwards.
I mean, like they have ability to, you know, like
yeah, exactly, do it. But Vampiro doesn't know that they're gonna do that in post, and so he's trying to explain why the crowd is being so quiet, and so he keeps saying,
just edit that part out.
I don't know, but Vamp just keeps saying, ooh, this crowd is watching this match with some intensity. You can see how focused they are, and then it cuts to the crowd, and it's just blank stares on everyone's faces. It's so fucked up, yeah.
I like this match. It was fun. I like King Cuerno a lot.
Yeah. And Steven, the girl is back. Do you remember during King Cuerno and Drago's original match? Well, yeah, because the girl appears.
Hot.
The girl appears, and Matt Striker asks, "Vamp, is this the girl that you've been leaving tickets for?" And Vamp says, Vamp's voice, by the way, like lowers 10 octaves, and he says, "Bro, she is so hot. I don't know."
Bro, she's so hot,
Bro, she is so hot. I don't know who she is, but damn.
Bro.
Which just goes to our point earlier. It's always Matt Striker is the one who gets him there, you know? Matt Striker is antagonizing.
He's an instigator here.
But the girl does the same thing. She comes out, she watches the match for like a minute, and she just leaves. Which is, again, it's exactly what she did during their first match together. So I still can't tell who she's like looking at. Is she watching King Cuerno or is she watching Drago? I simply do not know.
I think she's watching Cuerno, right? I assume. That's what I think.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
But
Drago's kind of a geek. You know, he's just a dragon dude.
He's not a geek. He's a dragon man.
The dragon.
I like Cuerno better.
That guy looks cooler. That guy's a cool deer on his head when he walks out.
No, that's true. By the way, Vampiro goes back to trying to explain why the crowd is so quiet, and he's like, "Wow, this crowd is just like in Japan."
All those Japanese crowds, man.
That's the best coded language ever for like a commentator explaining why the crowd is dead. Oh man, this is just like a Japanese audience.
It's like a Japanese kind of guy. I think my favorite commentary thing was like Matt Striker, like, this match is like a lion eating its prey very slowly. And then Vampiro's like, it's like dancing. They're just dancing around for a match.
Dancing. True. And I like that toward the end of this match, Drago went for that same pin that he beat King Cuerno with a couple weeks ago. That is so badass. I don't even know what to call it, but like he's like, it's not a roll up. It's like the coolest looking. I mean, technically it is a flash pin, but like it's like he has King Cuerno's body bent like a scorpion, and it's crazy. And he went for it again, but King Cuerno's smart to it now. It didn't work. He kicks out. I know.
Kick out of it now. That's crazy.
And then King Cuerno hits one of the most beautiful suicide dives I've ever seen. And it's
beautiful.
Matt Striker says, like a bullet out of an elephant hunter's gun, which is okay, cool. But
or just any gun.
Yeah, no, an elephant hunter is the thing, you know.
Very specific. I assume that gun's like stronger, right? Because elephants are thicker boys. You know?
I guess so, but Drago's not a thicker boy, you know. Like if you were fighting Big Rick and he said like an elephant hunter's gun, I could deal with that, you know.
Like a gun.
like a gun.
Like a blowtorch. Like was a blow dart. Like a blow
dart. Oh, that'd be so sad. And so basically Cuerno gets Drago back into the ring, hits the Thrill of the Hunt, which is like his. It's not like a Michinoku driver. Yeah, it's just.
I think it's cool.
It's pretty badass. 1, 2, 3, easy work, and they are tied. King Cuerno.
Drago kind of jobs in this match.
Yeah, Drago had a cool like first couple weeks, and now he's getting worked over.
Yeah, Drago's kind of jobs now, which is crazy because he's like a dragon man.
Yeah, literal dragon.
Like, you assume like a dragon man like beat most wrestlers, you know?
No. Well, I mean, he's fighting a literal hunter, you know?
Oh, I get. I mean,
yeah.
Dragon over man, dragon man
over
regular man.
You bring a good point. And then after the match,
not up here.
Drago is still getting beat down by King Cuerno before Cuerno yells, "The hunt has just begun." So,
my favorite part was that like captions on it. Like closed captionings in English for a guy speaking English.
Oh yeah. It's not. He was speaking very clear English. There was no need for. Oh my god.
What was the point of the captioning?
They should do that in NXT 2.0. Whenever Santos Escobar or Raul Mendoza are on screen, they do yellow subtitles at the bottom.
Dude, have you ever seen like when I think it's like 2016 or 17 where WWE tried like doing like captionings of like catchphrases on screen? So to be like, I remember one was like Hideo Itami being like, "Respect me," and like on the screen be like big font, "Respect me."
Oh my god.
Or like the New Day being like "Bootios," and this gonna be Bootia. It lasted for like 2 whole weeks, I'm pretty sure.
I don't remember that. That sounds atrocious, Steven.
Oh my gosh. I'll show you a video one day. Like, it's really bad.
Booty. The New Day never even yelled boot. Like, they didn't chant that. Like, "Hey guys, say it with us." Booty. No?
Say with us, guys. Bootios.
Never, ever. That
do you
fucking
mean?
sucks. Oh my god. Either way, okay, Steven. We go from the King Cuerno and Drago match to another Johnny Mundo promo. He comes out into the ring, and it's time. He's demanding he gets his $100,000 from Dario. And he says, "Dario, you have until the count of 10 to get out here and give me my money. So you get your weaselly little ass out here right now." And he's holding the key all the while he's saying this, right? And
the key for what? We don't know yet.
I don't know, but at one point on commentary, Vampiro is trying to say, "Oh, Dario Cueto better get out here," but he accidentally says King Cuerno. It's a little unfortunate.
Why do they edit that part out? I don't get it. Like, they have the ability to, but they just don't.
I don't know. But basically, who comes out instead is Big Rick. He has a microphone in his hand, and he says, "Johnny Mundo, would you just shut the hell up?" And then he's like, you, while you're at it, you should get out of my ring too. And then Johnny Mundo's like, "Bet." And he fucking dives right on top of Big Rick. It's badass. It's badass. And this dive is crippling. It takes Big Rick out of action.
Like I died. Like I disappeared. Oh my god. I was wondering, where did Big Rick go?
But for the first time ever, Steven, who appears at the top of the arena? Who appears at the top of the temple after this dive? That Snake, Conan.
Yo, his debut. That's crazy.
His debut in the temple. He comes out and then he says, "Viva la raza." And he says, "You know what, Johnny? It's not even your $100,000 that you're getting from Cueto. That belongs to Puma. Guess what? Puma, he's never going to have your back again either after what you did to him last week." And then seconds go by before Big Rick attacks Johnny Mundo, right? And right there to save Johnny Mundo is Prince Puma.
Let's go. Where was he?
I don't fucking know. I don't. He just simply appeared out of nowhere and
he just poofed
spontaneously. Yeah, and disobeys Conan's orders. Yeah. And so he starts helping out Johnny Mundo, beating up Big Rick, and Vampiro is so happy about this, that Prince Puma is disobeying Conan. He's like, "I would never listen to anything Conan told me either. He's a snake, okay? He's a snake.
I hate him."
There's never gonna be a payoff. Conan can't wrestle you, Vampiro. Like, why are we doing this?
Conan.
Yeah.
Vampiro just starts beefing like everybody.
He really does. Chavo Guerrero he hates. He really does. But it basically, after Big Rick is neutralized and Conan stops yelling, Johnny Mundo and Puma turn their hostilities toward one another, and the two of them start battling.
They're friends.
I know they are friends, but it's a pretty brutal battle between the two of them, Steven. They're going back and forth. It's pandemonium, and finally, in the midst of all this chaos, Dario Cueto comes out. He says, "Okay, Johnny, I've got your money." And he says, "This money that I'm about to give you, it was actually supposed to be Big Rick's signing bonus, but he didn't read the fine print." And they cut to Big Rick, and he is fucking laughing. You know, he is a madman, okay? He thinks this is hilarious.
Big Rick. It's like, "Yo, that's LMAO, dude."
That's what he said. That is what he said. And so he's like, "You didn't read the fine print, Big Rick. It said that you have to earn your signing bonus. And so next week, there is going to be a ladder match for the $100,000. And so
that's kind of hype.
Yeah, honestly, it's going to be a triple threat ladder match between Puma, Johnny, and Big Rick. Which is good for fucking
fun.
Puma getting in this match. You know, all because
Johnny Mundo, being part of the storyline.
Yeah, I would fucking eat a super kick from Johnny Mundo if it meant I could get 100K. You know, that'd be badass.
He just kind of put himself in this storyline for like no reason.
yeah.
It's like that Daniel Bryan WrestleMania match where he's like, I want to be part of this match too.
yeah, true.
And he's got put in.
Hell yeah. And Matt Striker's like, oh my gosh, this is huge. This is huge news. Bombshell, social media, dirt sheet quality news.
What does that mean?
That's a direct quote, by the way. That's not me, like...
I heard about that. Like, what does that mean?
I don't know.
What dirt she's reporting on this match? Like, live.
dirt sheets, you know?
It's like us being like, hey, guys, AJ Styles Edge, it's happening WrestleMania, guys.
Oh my god, it is?
Big news. Big news.
Steven, we should on TikTok this week be like, guys, we have breaking news. Cody
breaking
Rhodes
news
has just signed with WWE.
What? That's crazy, dude. What are your sources?
What are Fightful.com?
Fightful.com.
So, Steven.
Raw?
Raw? That's what we do. We wait until it debuts at WrestleMania. Oh my god, it's us live at WrestleMania, like in the stadium.
Yeah.
On our phones.
Yeah.
Guys, breaking news. Cody Rhodes has just debuted with WWE.
Oh my gosh, what's your source, man?
Oh my god.
WrestleMania?
That'd be so perfect. So,
That'd
Steven,
be a funny TikTok.
we have one more
now we
match
gotta do it.
left on this show, on this episode of Lucha Underground, and it is our...
Big payoff match.
Exactly. It is our main event, a tag team matchup between the team of Sexy Star and Rey Fenix, as they go up against Chavo Guerrero and Pentagon Jr.
Wow.
And so, I feel bad because Pentagon Jr. got like fucking roped into this match. Like, remember last week it was like a weird standoff between like Sexy Star and Chavo. Pentagon Jr. came out, took the chair from Sexy, and he was debating who he was gonna beat up out of the two of them. But he never got to make his decision before Rey Fenix just kicked him in the face. And so now he's just forced onto Chavo's team. Maybe he wanted to be friends with Sexy Star. Maybe he wanted to be chivalrous. And now he's stuck fighting with Chavo. That sucks, you know?
I mean, Chavo does have a pretty alright record compared to like him, you know.
No, you're right. He does have a better record.
2-2.
You bring up a good point. You bring up a good point.
This is another Sexy Star match where you shouldn't like do anything for like most of the match.
Yeah, I mean, the match was fine for... honestly, this match felt like there were two separate matches happening at the same time. Like, there was the Rey Fenix and Pentagon match, and then there was the Chavo and Sexy Star match. But they were, like, trading off between who was in the ring, you know? It felt, like, pretty disconnected. I didn't dislike it, you know? But I don't... This is probably the point at which I start realizing Sexy Star is not as good, or maybe not
great?
Yeah, not at least as good as the position they're putting
Honestly,
her
I
in.
think Eddie kind of not Eddie. I think Chavo kind of carries.
Oh, true. I mean, also
Chavo
Eddie
legit
as well.
kind of carries some matches sometimes.
Yeah. It's
like,
also
that guy's legit kind of right.
crazy to think how good Chavo still was in 2014, because I did
right.
not
Like he's older
appreciate him.
too.
Yeah.
He's kind of like carrying these matches, man.
He was. He absolutely was. And
maybe he was right about AEW and what he said about it. You know,
maybe so.
Eddie's a true wrestling legend.
Yo, the match, even though it's really just like it's basically what I said, where it's kind of just like the two separate stories happening separately, and like
like a raw
they all
match.
get heat by beating up Sexy Star because she's a woman.
Woman, guys.
And it just at one point, like I think commentary even calls it out. Vampiro's like, nobody in this match is on the same page. You know, which
that's just a shoot right there.
Yeah, it's just a shoot. You know,
remember like these fucking guys don't know how to book themselves.
And then he just at one point too, I think when Chavo's beating up Sexy Star, he does some dastardly deed, and Chavo screams, "Chavo's a bastard, just like his dad," which is
just like his pops,
dude,
his old pops.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm sorry.
Those Guerreros, man, they're all bad people, man.
Exactly, they really are.
Shame.
But they are building to a big ol' hot tag at one point, you know, where Sexy Star is getting all the heat on her, right, and she's gonna tag out to Rey Fenix, and when it finally comes time for Sexy to make the tag, she fumbles it. Like the crowd didn't cheer because I don't think they thought she actually touched Phoenix's hand. Like the referee still counted it as a tag, but I don't think their hands actually touched.
I mean, at that point, do you accept the tag in as a ref? Like, do you like be like, no, fuck that shit, doesn't exist? All right.
I
Do the
mean,
spot again.
I mean,
Or did you like?
I mean, yeah, you bring up a good point. I don't know. It was just it kind of took the momentum out of like what they were building to for like half the match.
Yeah.
And then Matt Striker says, "Sexy Star is doing this for all those girls that were told no girls allowed."
No girls allowed. That's what the story's about.
Allowed. Which that's a really eloquent
That's
way
what the
of
story
putting
is,
it.
man. It's about women.
Well, no girls allowed. You know.
Yeah.
You know how many times I was told that growing up, Steven? You know.
No girls allowed.
Exactly. Sexy's fighting for people just like me.
Just like me and you.
There was a cool helicopter DDT, by the way, that Sexy delivered to Penta, which was, I mean, it was all Penta, just like spinning her around, right? But it was
Carrying
cool
her around.
Yeah. And Phoenix
cool.
does some insane like tornado, weird ass dive. It was crazy.
I always get really scared when they dive like to the stairs.
Yeah.
Like that looks so scary because like just I don't know, just diving towards like stairs, man. It's like ugh. That's how like Samurai Del Sol almost got like retired.
Damn.
Scary.
Are you a big Samurai Del Sol mark, Steven?
Actually, legit, after I finished this episode, I was watching like Samurai Del Sol matches for some reason. I don't know why I did that. I like Samurai Del Sol. He's
not cool.
What?
Kalisto
Before
sucks.
the fat dude, he was like one of the like the best. Like he was like a pretty like, what's it called? One of the hottest like lucha wrestlers, I think.
And look what happened to him.
Fed. Well, he misspelled the guy's name and got
buried by Chris Jericho. That's cool.
Poor dude, like spelling a guy's name wrong, just a typo, and then getting shoved from wrestling because of that. Yeah. That sucks, dude. Poor Kalisto.
No, poor Aerostar, the guy who was Kalisto's tag team partner on that episode of Dynamite. He was just never invited back. You know, that's the
it really ruined his career for like no reason.
It did. By the way, speaking of like diving onto dangerous shit, when Lucha Underground came to Austin for the live show that they did at South by Southwest, like 2015 or something, 2016, Aerostar was there, and it was Austin Music Hall where they were fighting, and so there was a second floor, there was a balcony. Aerostar climbed up to the balcony, jumped off of it, and got stretchered out.
Ugh.
Yeah, he like fucked
up.
Did
he land on someone?
I think he landed partially on someone.
Ugh.
Yeah, I think it was like Drago or something. It was like a 4-man match. I think it was like with Pentagon, Drago, him.
Like all 4 of them trying to catch him, right?
I think so, and they did not succeed, and he got real fucked.
Like, how does that happen? There's like 3 people there trying to catch you.
I know. It's such a big target. It's such a big
target. How does that happen?
I don't know.
I'm so confused.
But basically, Steven, this match ends when Pentagon is about to hit a package pile driver on Sexy Star, but Rey Fenix very quickly climbs to the top rope, and he ends up kicking Pentagon while he is holding Sexy Star in this package pile driver position, which is insane. Like,
I love the package
if
pile driver.
something goes wrong, like and like you kick him the wrong way, could he just like break Sexy's neck or something?
Dies.
Yeah, I mean, but it goes well, and it gets reversed into like a Canadian destroyer.
So cool.
It was awesome.
I like that spot a lot. That was a really cool spot.
And then Phoenix ends up hitting the swerve stomp onto Penta, and then Sexy gets the pin. 1, 2, 3. And
again, needing a man do her job.
Exactly, you know, this is what I'm saying, Steven.
What a menace!
Sexy Star still has yet to hit a finisher. And
what
then
is her
pin
finisher?
her opponent. I don't know.
What's Drago's finisher?
Yeah, it's probably like that weird little scorpion thing. It's just his roll up. Yeah,
weird little roll up.
Yeah, I think so. But that's a great question. I honestly don't know what Sexy Star's finisher is. I could not tell you.
Will we ever find out? That's our side quest for this podcast. Find out Sexy Star's like finisher.
We got to fill out our lore book, you know, and then part of that is Sexy Star's finisher.
We need to know their name, their history, and their finisher. Everything else we don't really care about.
Exactly, and their motive, you know. And for Sexy Star,
and where they're from.
No girls
allowed.
The
other synonym for Los Angeles.
This Barrio? Oh, I see. Yeah. The City of Angels.
So Barrio?
You're right. But Steven, that was that episode of Lucha Underground, episode 6.
Main event was kind of I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, it was fine. Like
I feel like Sexy Star like kind of like lowers some matches when she's in them.
Yeah, because again, this was the match where I realized like, oh, Sexy Star is really not that great. You know?
And it made me realize that Chavo was actually really good at wrestling.
Yeah, I really appreciate.
Which is like weird because I never realized how good Chavo was.
And it made me appreciate, too, how good Penta and Phoenix have gotten. Because, of course, they're great back then in 2014. But, like, they've like reined their shit in so much now. We're like,
right, like they actually like improved, right, from just spots.
yeah, it's a lot less just like spot, which is like I feel like I sound like so hokey and hacky saying that.
I think that was the reason why Kalisto didn't do that well, because like he never really changed his style of wrestling.
I don't know, man.
Spots.
I'll watch that chairs match with Baron Corbin any day.
Oh, that was really good. I love that chair match.
It was pretty sick.
I love that. Was it the dumpster match with him and Braun Strowman?
Oh my god,
Classic
I forgot
right there,
about
dude.
that. Oh my, that's when Raw was like so fun, you know?
Yeah.
Tipping over
2016 Raw.
ambulances, shoving people in dumpsters. It's awesome.
Cuck angles.
Honestly, Steven.
There's a cuck angle this week too. But that's a later time.
Go. But no, I think you're absolutely right. But I was saying about Penta and Phoenix is that like when you watch them now, like they can still do some really fucking crazy stuff.
But they save it, right?
Well, yeah, I feel like they're a lot better at like pacing matches at this point. And again, I'm coming at this.
They're good at
completely
storytelling.
uninformed, but yeah, I think so. Which, by the way, Penta Oscuro is badass. We haven't talked about it, but his entrance is so fucking sick with Alex Abrahantes. Either way, though, Steven, that was Lucha Underground.
I don't like the part where they're in the ring. They look like geeks.
Who? Oh, the two of them?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
The two of them with like Pac on the side. They look like little
It's
larpers.
a little bit.
It's
a little
so
bit,
funny.
A little bit. Either way, though, Steven, any more comments on episode 6 of Lucha Underground? Anything you're looking forward to as we head into future weeks of Lucha?
I like Son of Havoc. I think he's a funny character.
Yeah, I think he's great. I think he's awesome.
Main event was kind of meh.
King Cuerno? Fucking badass.
Cuerno's cool. I like Cuerno.
Badass.
I'm the Cuerno.
I want to
trainer now,
see
dude.
King Cuerno versus Mil Muertes. And
Yeah?
I want it to just be a brawl. I know it's not going to happen for a long time, I don't think, because they're both bad guys.
Why
But
would you
like,
spoil that.
oh, well, I mean,
I like Cuerno.
maybe it happens.
I like his gimmick. It's just like Kraven the Hunter from the Spider-Man comics. It's just that. I think it's cool.
Nice.
It's just a guy hunting.
Hell yeah.
Hunting people. animals.
Hunting heads, as it were, Steven.
Hunting animal-themed people.
Yo, let's go. Either way, Steven, I think it's about time we move on to our week up in professional wrestling, where we recap all those events from 2014. How do you feel about that?
What happened this week, man?
I don't know. Let's find out. Yo, Steven.
Yo, what up, man?
What were you doing the week of December 3rd, 2014?
December 3rd, 2014.
Yeah.
I think I was like prepping for Christmas, maybe, right? I don't know.
What are you doing in 22 days early prepping for Christmas?
Well, I gotta know when people's gifts are. I'm like, yo, mom, do you want anything for Christmas? She's like, no, I don't want anything. Which is code for, I want something.
You were 14. What would you have been able to
Yeah.
get your mom for Christmas?
Hugs. Discounts.
You're so
Discounts in the
sweet,
mail.
Steven. You're so
I think this
nice.
Christmas you got me like Mario Kart, right?
Oh shit, that might have been. No, I got that
Yeah.
for your birthday. I'm pretty sure, didn't I?
No, was it? It's one of them.
One
Which is
of them.
crazy. You gave me like a $60 game. You're like a child.
Well, again,
Mark.
my dad was pissed. I have to be honest. Dad was pissed. Dad did not know about
He
it.
met me.
This was.
I'd be pissed too, man. Like, what the fuck?
Well,
Why are you buying this
yeah.
$60 game for this
Fucking-
person I never knew in my life? I don't
Exactly.
know what this kid looks like.
Exactly. But Steven,
Yeah.
what was happening in the week of wrestling is what we are here to talk about.
What happened
okay?
this week?
Well, to
Okay.
start out with, the week of December 3rd, 2014, New Japan Pro Wrestling has officially launched New Japan World, their very own streaming
Whoa.
service. I know. At the
That's
time,
crazy.
it cost $8.50 USD, with no English translations anywhere in the app or service.
That's awesome.
Yeah, which I mean, it's pretty crazy. I didn't realize that it was that new. Like they did it like very soon after WWE Network, I guess, right?
Mhm.
Because I mean, I was subscribed
I mean,
to New Japan World for a couple
I guess like
years.
New Japan was getting really popular, right, in like other countries during 2014.
I mean, they were
think,
starting because we
right?
just talked about it a few weeks ago on the podcast
Yeah.
that they had just started their Access show here in America.
Mhm.
So I imagine that helped. But yeah, I mean, I was only subscribed to New Japan World for like a really like limited amount of time, like maybe not a
Uh-huh.
couple years. I think it was probably closer to like 4 or 5 months back
Was it
when.
good?
I mean, yeah. At the time, I was watching a shit ton of wrestling. It was like end of high school. So when was that? Like late
We can watch the Nakamura match.
early 2018.
with what's his name, Ibushi. That was pretty alright. I heard.
Yo, let's go.
I saw that one.
Let's go. Did you ever subscribe to New Japan World, Steven?
I didn't know it existed.
How
until, like,
dare you.
Today.
You didn't know
No,
they have
I'm
their own
sorry.
streaming service?
No, I always
Oh my
thought people just
God.
watch New Japan by like streamable links or
No,
like
no,
Reddit
no.
clips.
They have their whole like infrastructure in place. They do.
Does it still exist?
Yeah, it still exists. It's not as successful as
Dang.
it was in like 2017, 2018 over here in
Well,
America.
people don't watch New Japan anymore, right? Like, they got
Exactly.
AEW
You
now,
know,
so they just
what
watch
am I
that
fucking? I'm gonna
instead.
turn it on to watch a Great Okan match? No, 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 I'm not.
What? You're not gonna watch Okada versus Buddy Matthews?
Yo, no.
Come on.
I have zero interest in anything Buddy Matthews does. I'm very sorry, Steven.
What? Buddy
Yeah.
Matthews? My favorite wrestler?
But you know who I do have interest in?
Who?
The man who is
Becky?
speculated. No, you didn't let me
Oh.
finish, Steven. The man
Sorry.
who is speculated to be fighting Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania this year, Kevin Owens. Because Kevin Owens at the time, he hadn't debuted yet with WWE. There were rumors he had signed, and in NXT had actually just aired a promo the week before with like some really like eerie kind of stuff, with like a date that appeared on the screen of like December 14th or something like that, right?
Right.
And the voice that was narrating it sounded like one Kevin Steen, you know?
Oh my gosh.
And then officially on Twitter on this day, Kevin Owens officially changed his name on Twitter to Kevin Owens.
Who's Kevin Owens?
Yeah, exactly. Well, he changed it that day. He went from Kevin Steen to Kevin
Okay.
Owens. Yeah, I didn't realize he did that before he debuted. You know, I wasn't watching NXT at the time. I thought it was like a surprise when he debuted, but no, it was not. They hyped it up,
man.
They hyped it up.
Honestly, Kevin Owens is a better name than Kevin Steen. I think it rolls off the tongue a lot better.
Oh, I mean, I just like it because of
Kevin
fucking
Owens.
Hamilton's
Maybe it's because they said it
announcement.
more.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I imagine if he had stayed Kevin Steen the whole time, I wouldn't give a shit. I'd be like, Kevin Owens sounds dumb, you know?
Kevin Owens?
Kevin
KO?
Owens?
We already have a KO. Same as Cassidy.
Cassidy? Huh?
What's the Chris Hero's name?
Oh, Cassius Ohno.
Cassius Ohno. We have Cassius Ohno, guys. We got a KO
course.
here, man.
No, you bring up a good
my
point.
my favorite wrestler, Cassius Ohno.
The knockout artist, Cassius Ohno. You're right. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Where is Chris Hero? What is he doing right now? I want
Good
him
question.
back. Is what I
We
want.
can meet him. I'm pretty sure he's like some wrestling con in Austin.
That'd
Or
be
not
cool.
Austin, Dallas. We
That'd
meet
be
him
cool.
or go to the WrestleMania places.
Maybe. But actually, I
Wrestling
have a little bit
places.
of a topic revolving around Cassius Ohno in just a little bit, Steven, because
Oh no.
I mean, were you watching NXT at the time when Kevin Steen debuted or no?
yeah, I was watching. That was like when Sammy won the title, like around that time.
Do you remember like it being like a big deal that it was coming in?
Well, this was like before like they started signing like every indie dude ever.
Well, yeah, like KO was like one of the. They
Yeah.
did Sammy
Yeah.
already.
I think
Right, or wait, no, was Sammy afterwards or before?
Sammy was before, cause this was like they debuted him by like power bombing Sammy.
Mm-hmm.
Cause Sammy was like trying to chase it. This was like back when like it was a fatal 4-way for the title for like
Yeah.
was it Neville?
That was the name of the
Tyson
pay-per-view,
Kidd,
wasn't
and,
it?
like,
Fatal 4-way?
Breeze. I think it was.
I
It was
think
a
so,
fun
too.
match. I liked it. It was really good.
Yeah.
I remember when they debuted on Raw. They had like one match on Raw of all four of them. They got like no crowd reaction whatsoever.
That's so sad.
Except for
that's so sad.
Tyson, because he was on Total Divas.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I mean, that's interesting. Then because that he was like I guess one of those first names they brought in. It was Sami Zayn. It was Kevin Owens, and because Samoa
Pac
Joe
was
and
pretty
Finn
big,
Balor.
I think, right?
Oh, Pac, I guess, but Pac
And
went straight.
Kenta was a pretty big signing too, I think, at the time.
Did Pac not
And then
go
they got
straight to main roster?
Nakamura, who's just a bigger name.
Well, yeah, I don't think Nakamura counts because by the time Nakamura came in, they were signing like so many. Like, that was like when AJ
But yeah,
Styles came in.
Kenta was pretty hyped up.
That's right. Okay, so they were just starting it out, you know. But
Yeah.
KO
I remember
was
Sin
part of that
Cara
first wave.
Was really hyped up when they announced him in like 2010, I think.
I don't.
What a world, man! What a world.
What a world. What a world. Steven, what a world is
Huh.
right because also during this week of 2014, this is maybe where I can trace back like my hardcore wrestling fandom to, like where I became like a not like a diehard, but where I became like a smart fan. Yeah. Because
The worst fan.
this date marked the release of The Art of Wrestling, episode 226, featuring
Don't tell me.
CM Punk.
So that wasn't that one show with that guy from Parks and Rec.
What?
They mentioned this podcast.
Oh my God, you're right. Oh, Aziz Ansari's Netflix show, Master of None.
Yeah.
Because one of his cousin is like a producer on the show. So they had a line where like a food truck man was like, "Yo, I'm listening to CM Punk's podcast." Yeah, I'm glad
Only
that's
like
the first
three people
thing.
understood that reference.
yeah. True. But no, this podcast had such a big fucking impact on me at the time, Steven. Like,
I think it was like the biggest podcast at the time, right?
For Colt Cabana, absolutely. Well, Art
No,
of
for
Wrestling was by
wrestling in
far the biggest
general.
wrestling podcast, and it was by far
Yeah.
the like biggest
Besides the
episode.
Jericho one, I think, right? Jericho one was really big.
Was Jericho around in 2014 doing podcasts?
Yeah. Talking Jericho was pretty big around that time. I'm pretty sure.
I didn't know.
I think Jericho was like one of the first ones too.
Yeah, I know he was one of the originals, but I think Colt came first,
Yeah.
like way before.
Okay.
Either way, CM Punk was his guest, and this is, of course, the same year that CM Punk had left WWE. Earlier that January, he walked out on the company after the Royal Rumble.
He quit, and then he got fired.
He's a quieter.
So did he
Steven.
quit or get fired?
He was a quieter, and it was radio silence since he left WWE, right? No public appearances, no comments, no anything, until just all of a sudden, this podcast comes out. And at the time, I'm Lil Mark. CM Punk's my favorite wrestler. I haven't seen him in 10 months. I'm like, what? I'm 14 years old, like prime age to start being a Mark,
No, the worst age, man.
I know.
The worst age.
I know. We use the term Mark so incorrectly on the show, by the way. We always use it to mean smark, which all the terms are so
I just think the word
cringeworthy.
Mark is just so funny.
Oh my god, I cringe every time saying it because I would never use it in my real life. I don't know why I say it here, but it makes me feel like a bad person every time I do.
You are bad for using that word. The M word, dude. Come on.
You're
What was that
right.
like one Dave Meltzer tweet? It was like the M word is just as bad as the N word.
Oh my god, he did not say that. Steven, that's
Something like
definitely a
that.
fake tweet. That's definitely a fake tweet.
I hope it's real. I hope that's a real tweet.
No way. No way.
I'm gonna make it a tweet, dude.
Yeah, you should
The wrestling equivalent
Photoshop
to the
it,
N word. Yeah.
You should absolutely Photoshop it.
Don't
That's
say that word, bro.
the news that we can break on our TikTok, Will it be actual slander? Yes. But still,
But it's Dave Meltzer, like who are we to him,
Yeah, we got big TikTok followers, Steven, We
That's
have an
true. Our
impressionable
18
young
to
audience.
22 audience.
Yeah.
That's more than Dave Meltzer's demo for that
Exactly.
audience. Come on.
Exactly. This
Come
is
on,
what I'm
Dave.
saying.
Where you at?
Where you at, Dave? Dude, we should
Yeah,
get Dave
Dave.
on this podcast.
In your office with all those newspapers? Come on.
Yeah, honestly. But this podcast was obviously huge because it was Punk's first time speaking publicly since he left WWE earlier that year.
I think that's how I got into podcasts too, because I didn't really listen to podcasts before this one.
Yeah.
Did you?
It's the exact same for
Yeah.
me. This was the first podcast I
Yeah.
remember listening to, and I remember
find it on YouTube and it got taken down for copyright reasons.
there was a I guess basically after Punk walked out at the Rumble, WWE issued a 2-month suspension. And then after the suspension ran out, and this is all stuff that we learned from this podcast, by the way. He talked about it all for the first time. But he basically says that after the 2-month suspension was up, WWE just never contacted him. And then just like on his wedding day, they sent him his release papers. They fired him on his wedding.
I mean, he kind of did quit,
Exactly. That
It's
was
like-
something, I'm always going to take Punk's side, right? Because I love CM Punk. But like, he did quit, was he really like fired? Dude, you walked out on the company like 6 months ago. But the fact that they did it on the day of his wedding is kind of shitty.
What? Could have been a coincidence.
It could have been a coincidence, but do you think
Fucking
it was
Mark.
a coincidence?
Fucking Mark. See a Mark over
You
here.
think- I guess so.
Sorry, I didn't say that word. It's really offensive.
You should. It's Steven. It's very. I'm gonna
Sorry.
send that clip to Dave Meltzer. Okay.
I say Mark once. All right, you're on the list, buddy.
No, you're gonna get blackballed from the wrestling journalism
I go
industry.
outside, like the barista's like, "Hey, what's your name?" Mark. And the barista's like, "No way, dude. Fuck you.
No.
Can't fucking say that shit, man.
No.
Gotta call the wrestling police."
It's just Dave Meltzer in a hat.
It's just Dave with a gun. With a gun. Good for Dave. Good for
That's
Dave.
very funny. This podcast, Steven, is famous for a lot of things, and I think we should bring back some of the references and the memes from this podcast because there's some underappreciated ones. Namely, that whenever a wrestler gets hurt, you give them a Z-Pack. Do you remember?
Z-Pack him. Just give him a Z-Pack, guys. He's fine.
That was so funny. I remember like. Why did we forget about that? Why did we stop referencing Z-Packs? That is the funniest fucking thing. That whenever CM Punk got hurt,
I think it's because people just didn't know what a Z-Pack was.
I guess.
I think that's why.
But it's just, it was.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of CM Punk, Have you ever seen that one video that the WWE released on YouTube by accident? It was CM Punk's ass.
Oh my God.
Rumble.
Yeah. Like, because basically in the podcast, CM Punk is like, well, a major reason why I left was one, just because I was unhappy, I was tired, I was beat up from the road, I had no vacation, but also I had this staph infection, this massive like growth on my thigh that had been building up for months, and he said that he kept going to the WWE doctors to have it fixed, and the doctors kept being like, oh no, it's fine, you're good, dude, you're good, dude. The doctor being Chris Amon, right? And basically this is when the Z-Pack thing happens, where Punk would like repeatedly go to the doctor, and the doctor would tell him, no, just have a Z-Pack, you know?
Just Z-Pack it, bro.
And then CM Punk leaves WWE, and he goes to a different doctor, and the doctor's like, oh, this could kill you if we don't like remove it from your leg immediately. So he like had surgery like pretty soon afterwards. He got the staph removed, and
now that doctor's in AEW.
No, he's not, is he?
I think he is actually.
Chris Amon? No way.
Let's look it up.
Holy
shit. Look it up, Jamie.
So both the people that sued CM Punk are on AEW with him right now. That is insane.
That'd be really funny.
That is because,
how do you spell his last name again?
Amann, I think. But either way, because Steven, if you remember back to 2018, like 4 years after this, he does, the doctor from WWE sues CM Punk and Colt Cabana for defamation on this podcast, right? For slander. And he loses, right? The lawsuit does not go in his favor. But either way, I don't think it was
like a really big mega corporation, you know, it's kind of hard.
Yeah. Well, you're a big corporation, and CM Punk, like, he from my understanding was like pretty truthful, you know, like were all the details accurate? I don't think they were, but was like the point communicated, and was Amon's reputation really harmed? That like that's the point that the court decided no, it really wasn't. So he lost. But either way, I think at the time everyone kind of accepted they weren't doing it for the money, obviously, right? WWE wasn't suing CM Punk and Colt Cabana for money. They were suing them so they could fuck with them and make it like a hassle, because CM Punk was about to fucking have his debut in the UFC, like the week before his fight with Mickey Gall.
Great tension right there too.
The week before his fight with Mickey Gall, he had this fucking court case. But either way, that's
Didn't
not
this
for
like court case end the friendship between him and Colt, right?
Well, that's what I want to talk about too, is that fucking afterwards, apparently CM Punk texted Colt Cabana at some point during all this that like, hey man, don't you worry about like the fees for all the court stuff, I got you covered 100%. And then apparently like a year had gone by and Punk hadn't reimbursed Colt for everything. And so Colt Cabana sued CM Punk for all the money he promised him in a text message. And apparently it ended up being this thing where like Colt Cabana was supposed to be represented by like the same law firm as Punk, but the law firm dropped Colt Cabana, and so that's why it wasn't covered, blah, blah, blah. And point is, after Colt Cabana sued him, Punk issued a counter lawsuit, and then both just decided they were going to drop both their lawsuits.
Lawsuitception,
Yeah, which is good that they both dropped them. But it fucking sucks that it killed their friendship, because they were like legitimate best friends, you know?
Yeah. Now that Hi Colt will never ever be relevant.
Oh no. And but this is all because of this one podcast in goddamn November 2014, Steven.
I mean, this was like probably like wrestling history here, this one podcast, right?
Oh my god, yeah. I did my notes on this too soon to when we're recording this right now. But if I had done this a few days ago, I would have absolutely gone back and listened. I've already listened to that podcast like 2 or 3 times before. I should listen again.
I'm pretty sure I listened to that a bunch of times too, yeah.
Yeah. My favorite thing too is also the Ryback, I'm dumb as fuck. You remember that? Where
so bad for Ryback, dude.
Like Ryback had
I love the big guy.
CM Punk.
I love the big guy, man.
Ryback had injured CM Punk multiple times, right? And Punk was just so pissed off about it. He didn't like working with Ryback. He refused to work with him. But eventually WWE stuck them in an angle again. And Punk was like, "Hey man, before we enter this rivalry, just like like clean slate. Let's start over. Let's go out and prove everyone wrong. Okay, let's prove that you're not a sack of shit, you know?" And Ryback was like, "Yeah, hell yeah, man, let's do it." And then that very night, I think Ryback was supposed to throw CM Punk through a table and missed.
At least he didn't injure himself, man, you know?
Well, he injured CM Punk for weeks.
No, himself.
Oh, yeah, he kept himself safe, you know, which is good.
Yeah.
But CM Punk was furious because he's telling the story on the podcast. He goes up to Ryback after the match, and he's like, "What the fuck? What was that? Either you intentionally hurt me, or you're just dumb as fuck." And then Ryback says, "I'm dumb as fuck."
Iconic, dude.
That's
I mean,
awesome.
he did redeem himself by saving Kalisto that one time.
By saving Kalisto?
Yeah, like there's this one spot where Kalisto did like a flippy flip, and then he like fucked it up and didn't like jump that far. And Rabbit just ran and like caught him.
That's cool.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I mean, like catch him fumbled because you know it's wrestling.
I'm sure that means a lot to CM Punk now. The fact that he saved Samurai Del Sol. That really means a lot. But also, I mentioned that we have more Chris Hero, Cassius Ohno news because it was also on this podcast where CM Punk took credit for the idea behind the Shield. Because it was
credit for the Shield.
It was his idea to bring up a trio, like a stable of 3 guys, to be like his sort of lackey, not lackeys, but like his protection, consisting of Dean Ambrose, Jon Moxley, Seth Rollins, Tyler Black, was he still? And then
I think
also
he said Tyler Black at the time, but he was Seth Rollins, like actually.
Yeah, and then also Cassius Ohno.
No, that doesn't work, dude.
The Shield.
Cassius Ohno instead of Roman does not work at all.
No, that would have been weird. I don't.
Especially like this era of like Chris Hero, man. Like,
I think they kind of made the right call by swapping him out with Roman.
With Roman.
Yeah, but imagine like it could have. I mean, Chris Hero's great. Like it probably could have worked if they put Cassius with them.
Okay, but he was on like superstars after the Shield breaks up, I assume.
I guess I don't. But also keep in mind too, this is before Cassius sort of like thickened out a bit. You know, it was in shape. Cassius Ohno. You know.
You know the Shield's supposed to come with like riot shields in their debut.
I do remember that. I think Punk also talked about that.
That's awesome.
It is pretty sick. But I think it's so funny that like Punk leaves WWE and he's shitting on everybody, the company, Ryback, everyone. He's like, oh, also the Shield, the one good thing there, I came up with that.
Did he?
I don't know. I want to believe him.
He? I don't think so.
I'm sure we'll find out.
Because his ideas so different what they actually were, right? Like storyline.
I mean, I guess so. But
were they his bodyguards? They did like protect him once.
Yeah, they protected him I think a couple times, and also like 2 of the 3 guys. You know, it kind of adds
good ratio.
Up. Kind of adds up. Yeah.
Leaky? Come on, man.
Oh my.
You didn't get leaky, bro.
Guys, honestly, if you're building a pro wrestler from the ground up, you know, he's gonna look like Leaky. You have to be honest.
I mean, I don't know. If I had the choice in Leaky and Chris Hero, I'm picking Leaky.
Leaky and Hawaii?
Leaky.
Oh, yeah. So, what I also thought was interesting about this podcast is it's where Punk mentions that he was unhappy. Well, obviously, he was unhappy with how he left WWE, but that even at that point, still in 2014, he felt like a failure because he never main evented WrestleMania. He wanted to main event WrestleMania, and he never did. Which, by the way,
Miz did, though.
Miz deserved it. Shut up. Miz deserved to main event WrestleMania. So does CM Punk.
That's an unpopular take, Jacy. You are making an L take right now, dude.
The Miz is. I'm not saying this to be like controversial, Steven. You know this. I believe in my heart. The Miz is one of the greatest professional wrestlers of all time. I think one of the best on the microphone. One of the most entertaining wrestlers. People go
like
through
2012
like
Miz.
This. 2012 Miz is a little bit different, but was he one of the most entertaining back then?
2011, actually, no, wasn't it?
It was 2011 when he cashed in Money in the Bank, at least. I think 2012 may have been Mania.
Yeah.
But I believe, he was absolutely one of the most entertaining. I will go back and watch Miz segments from then any day of the week. He's so. Steven,
you're just a mark.
You can't even put up an argument against it because you know I'm right.
You're just a mark, dude.
You can't put up an argument. The Miz is
L take, bro. You fell off. L plus ratio.
No, I didn't. You fell off.
No.
You fell off.
No.
Yeah,
no.
You did.
L plus ratio, dude.
Oh man. Well, CM Punk fell off. He never main evented WrestleMania. Even though him versus
Taker. He went 0-2 in UFC.
Well, yeah.
Big fall off there.
Punk versus Taker should have main evented WrestleMania 29, Steven. That is my favorite professional wrestling match of all time. It should have main evented. No disagreement?
I don't know what the other event was there, to be honest.
Oh my god.
I trying to remember what happened at WrestleMania. Like, what was the actual main event again?
The actual main event was Rock versus Cena 2. Once in a lifetime. Times
that
2.
reminds me of that one tweet. That reminds me of the one tweet The Rock made, like, freaking like The Rock being like, I sold more tickets this one event than you have ever done in your life. Which, like, the biggest ratio in, like, wrestling history, honestly.
Not true. Not true. Fake.
It is.
No,
The
not
Rock
true.
just, like, dropped CM Punk in one tweet.
Fake, not true. Not right.
No, you're fucking taking L's today, dude. I'm gonna be honest.
Because think about it, okay? It was supposed to be fucking once in a lifetime Rock John Cena. This is the second time they're fighting, okay? It's not even in Miami. It's not in The Rock's hometown anymore. It could.
So you're telling me The Rock, star of the Fast and the Furious movies, the Tooth Fairy, and Jumanji, does not main event WrestleMania?
That's a good point. Jumanji and Fast and Furious weren't out back then. Rock was best known for fucking Race to Witch Mountain at that point, okay?
No, he was also in The Scorpion King, okay? Where he was CG.
I was like 5 when that came out.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay?
Fucking Mark, you don't know what you're talking about. You're not a real journalist.
I watched Race to Witch Mountain and I loved it, okay? They promoted it on WWE TV.
No, dude. I think you're just a Mark, dude, okay? I would pick The Rock over CM Punk to main event in my WrestleMania, dude. Like, the ticket sales, dude. All right, needle mover him. All right, he's a needle mover, bro.
Well,
all right?
I'll be honest. You know what? Honestly, if we had the choice of interviewing CM Punk or The Rock for this podcast, which of course will happen one day, we'll interview both of them, obviously. I don't know who I pick.
I pick The Rock.
I think I pick CM Punk. I have to
pick The
pick.
Rock, dude. No, you're just a Mark, dude. Okay, I'm for the people, bro.
You know how I'm a Mark, Steven? You know, I wanted to talk about this a little bit later, but I attended AEW Dynamite this week, and
wait, actually?
Yeah. Yeah, it was in Austin, man. It was Austin, Texas.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And it was just day of, like a couple hours before the show started, they announced that CM Punk was going to be fighting, like having a match with Dax Harwood, with Scott Dawson. And
great match, great match.
I was like, it didn't really sink in. I was like, oh my god, that's awesome! I get to see Punk wrestle live. And then when he came out, and I wasn't like on the verge of tears, but I was so like. I'm a Mark. I felt very emotional watching it.
Dude, you're like that one guy who cried for his Punk's debut. You're like the fingers be like, yeah.
Dude, I would have.
You're like that one dude. You're a fucking Mark, dude. Okay.
If
L
I
plus
were
ratio, dude.
If that were his first match back, if that were CM Punk's first match back to wrestling, I would have cried.
Dax
Harwood? I would.
You would cry.
Dax Harwood.
Harwood match.
Dude, I would say honestly, check it out. Watch that match. It was so good. It was so goddamn good. Yeah.
Just a Mark, dude.
No, it was a very good match. It was incredible. Oh my god, it was so good. I love CM Punk. I love him so much. I'm interviewing CM Punk one day, okay?
He's the worst UFC fighter in history.
What? No. Also,
everybody he beats in AEW is canonically weaker than that second guy he fought, who was like pretty sure high at the time.
The second guy that he fought?
Yeah, in the UFC.
Oh shit, Mike Jackson? Hell yeah.
The guy got like his win taken away.
Well, you know, it happens. It happens to the best of us, Steven. But yeah, so that is the CM Punk news. He's on Art of Wrestling. He explains why he left WWE, the happenings around him leaving WWE. 4 years later, he gets sued by the doctor that he allegedly slanders. And then a year later, he gets sued by his best friend who he allegedly robbed, you know? So
he's just burning all these bridges, man.
What a fun time. Awesome. Yeah. I honestly, this podcast is like, honestly, if I have to pick a moment where my wrestling fandom, like, yep, here it is. This is where it kicks in. What do you mean no? Where does yours kick in? Fucking Tyson Kidd versus Cesaro.
Honestly, maybe.
It's fucking embarrassing. Don't you ever ratio?
Unironically,
you fell off
me. I think I started getting really into Smarky stuff when like Tyson Kidd was on NXT.
You're lame. You're lame as hell. Steven.
No, dude, you're just lame because you cried for CM Punk.
I did not cry for CM Punk, but I could.
Not even for his debut or like return, just for some random match he had with Dax Harwood.
That's not his name. Despite what his action figure says, his name is not Dax Harwood. You saw that, right?
I'll take, dude. I'll take, honestly.
You saw that when Dax had his first AEW figure come out? They misprinted the first run. It said Hardwood. It's awesome.
Can you get that so? Is it worth like a lot of money?
Oh my god, that's a great question. That would be a really funny one to have, Steven. Oh my god.
Have him sign it.
Yeah.
With the hardwood.
That'd be awesome. But yeah, so after this podcast comes out, CM Punk also a couple days later, he launches his Pro Wrestling Tees store, which I was very quick to make a purchase from.
Mark, dude. No. Like I said,
I got the shirt that said sociopathic straight edge atheist jerk, because that was his Instagram bio at the time.
That's the most like edgy thing you could buy.
It was it was his Twitter bio at the time.
Oh.
Yeah. But I mean,
I wouldn't wear that in public. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, like it's a good design. I will still wear it because I like the design and I love CM Punk. But like, It's a kind of douchey shirt, you know?
Do you want to like tell the world, hey guys, I'm an atheist sociopath?
I wore it, Steven. I had to start therapy.
You wore it when you did therapy?
I had to start therapy like my junior year of high school because of my social anxiety, right? And my very first session, I wore that shirt just because I wore that shirt all the time. I loved it. It was my CM
And your
Punk
therapist
shirt.
knew you fucked up.
And my therapist was like, "Can you explain the shirt to me?" And he wouldn't
Well,
let
you
it go.
see, there's a wrestler named CM Punk who is very cool, Mr. Therapist.
And I tried explaining it to Mr. Therapist, but he wouldn't let it go. He kept talking about how I considered myself a sociopath for like the entire hour, and I was so uncomfortable. Oh my god.
I mean, was he wrong? Was he in the wrong here?
No, you're right.
You're wearing a
Steven.
t-shirt that said atheist sociopath, and you're like, man, I might be a sociopath.
No, you're
man.
right. You're right.
I'm
You're
sorry,
right.
Mr. Therapist.
I guess so. But also,
I think you
Steven,
just ratioed yourself, honestly, in
No, I
that session.
didn't. No, I didn't.
It's
Later
common
that
take
week,
today.
after CM
Yeah.
Punk releases his shop, Vince McMahon was a guest on the Stone Cold podcast, the Steve Austin podcast. Steven.
Yo, I don't really watch that podcast, I'm gonna be honest. I see clips of it sometimes.
Yeah.
And it looks alright.
Well, 'cause
I like the one,
It's before Broken Skull Sessions on the WWE Network, but this was when like Steve Austin had his regular podcast, right? But he also I think this was maybe the first or second one where he had it
network one, right?
filmed and put on the network.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so
they don't go off the script as much.
yeah, exactly, precisely. So this is the one
Except for
where
that Dean one.
well, that Dean one's fucked up because
Oh my gosh, that
my-
one's so funny though. I love that one so much.
you compare that podcast with Stone Cold to Dean's interview with Jericho when he left WWE. It's insane because that John Moxley podcast after he left WWE was also very good. Like that is a classic.
I think because Stone Cold just like wants like make a reaction on Dean. Dean's like, man, I don't care, man.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But with Vince McMahon, I think the reason this happens is obviously because Vince trusts Stone Cold to like, interview
and Pat
him
McAfee.
the way he wants. And Pat McAfee. I thought it was kind of weird that Pat McAfee interview happened like a couple weeks ago, and now this happened when we're talking about it. Because I mean, since the Pat McAfee interview, this was the most recent Vince McMahon interview since. Was the Stone Cold one.
Honestly, every Vince like interview is just so interesting because he's such like a weird, like unique man. You know?
Well, this one was I was taken aback by it. The Stone Cold one is more like businessy. He's more talking about like, WWE as a company.
I mean, he is a businessman after all.
Yeah, but then you compare it to the Pat McAfee one where he's talking about like his childhood and just like sort of his personal motivation and drive.
And business still.
Well, yeah, a little. Well, because his life is just his business, But like the Pat McAfee one was very, very personal, whereas the one with Stone Cold felt more like he was protecting himself, if that makes sense.
Yeah. We learned that he never watched the show with Paige.
No.
In the Pat McAfee interview.
No.
The movie.
What movie? I don't even know what you're talking about.
The Paige movie.
Santa's
by
Little
The Rock.
Helper?
No, the one where it's
Fighting
about...
for My Family.
Yeah, he never saw that. That's canon now.
Why would he have seen that?
He's never seen that movie.
Why would Vince McMahon have sat down and watched Fighting for My Family?
Why wouldn't he?
I
would watch
Vincent can't. You know what? He is on a lot of airplanes. Simply pop it in the DVD player one of these times. It's not that hard.
What do you think he does? What do you think Vince watches in his like downtime?
That's a great question. Oh my
Like, you think he's
gosh.
like into dramas, just like
I honestly
2.5 Men?
No, you know what I
Family
think
Guy,
he does?
maybe?
I think he just
What?
has looping at all points WWE Studios movies. He created his own
He watches
movie
Control.
company because he wanted to create the
Yeah.
movies that he wants to watch. And so he has designed a movie studio where he can produce his films that he wants to sit down on his airplane and watch, and he's gonna do just that. He's gonna watch Marine 5. He's gonna watch Marine 2. He's gonna watch 12 Rounds 2, okay? And he's gonna love every second of it. Do you think he watches The Leprechaun?
I think he's seen it like a couple of times. I don't think he knows what the movie's about.
Like he has no clue.
He's probably never
Hornswoggle's in
seen
it.
Leprechaun.
Yeah.
Like he's never seen those movies. But he sees the prequels. It's like, oh, that's good enough for me.
I think so. Which, but the podcast was interesting for a couple reasons. One is because it's where that clip is of Vince being like, oh, these wrestlers today, they're all millennials. They're not ambitious.
Fucking millennials.
Yeah. It says they don't want to grab that brass ring, which is insane to me that Vince is still referencing brass rings after CM Punk cut the pipe bomb like 3 years earlier. Like,
Good for Vince.
yeah.
Well, again, like I hear like the people he pushes the most are the guys who like talk to him the most, right?
Maybe.
Like the
I
ones who
don't
like
know.
are like, hey Vince, I don't want to do this shit. I don't know.
I have no clue.
I don't know. I
I'm
don't
not
know what I'm
there,
talking about.
believe it or
I'm
not.
not a journalist, dude.
Maybe.
I'm not a journalist. What am I
But this is
talking
also the
about?
podcast where he says Cesaro lacks it, does not have the it factor, which
No, actually, he's very charismatic in the ring, which is better than like Mike's skill. Okay, Cesaro should be Universal Champion. He should beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania,
English
dude.
isn't even his first language, so he's actually very
okay.
charismatic. What?
He needs to like show people in the ring how good he is. Okay, like come on.
Yeah, honestly. Same for Almost too, by the way. same shit for Almost.
Actually, Almost is really good. Okay, he's very charismatic in the ring, guys. He's really big.
English just is not his first language, so he's
English isn't his first language.
See, that's whenever a wrestler sucks. For Sexy Star from now on, English isn't her first language, guys. You have to forgive her.
Every wrestler ever.
That's so funny.
Guys,
that's the
Marcos
it factor.
doesn't suck.
That's
okay,
the whole
he just doesn't speak
package.
English.
Pentagon Junior, Ray Phoenix, that is it. You know, when they
That's
speak
it.
English and they're a good wrestler, holy shit. Holy
Oh
shit.
my god, Kalisto? Oh my god, dude.
Yo.
Who forget his amazing promo where he's like, Baron Corbin?
Baron
God damn it, Lucha!
God damn it, woo! God damn it, woo!
Good for Kalisto, man. That was
wrestling.
peak wrestling.
Yeah, Z-Packs and Lucha things, peak wrestling.
God damn it, woo!
God damn it, woo! And also what is notable about this Vince McMahon podcast with Stone Cold is it's also because obviously this comes out the same week as the Punk interview, and he addresses it. He says, I haven't listened to the full Punk interview yet, but Stone Cold asked him a question about like you fired him on his wedding day, what the fuck? And Vince is like, yeah, that was just a coincidence, and I apologize.
The business thing, motherfucker.
Just like, come, like I want to believe him, and it's like
I think it's a coincidence.
on his
Like, do
wedding
you think they really kept
day?
track of their wedding day? Like, do you think Vince person's like,
Yeah.
you think Vince like, all right, CM Punk's getting married this day? How do I know this?
Well, I don't know if it was necessarily Vince doing it. You know, I don't
know.
think Vince is handing out that kind of shit.
You think Johnny
But
did it?
You know who I think is?
You think my boy Johnny did it? People power, baby.
Dude,
My man, people power.
Johnny Ace
Let's
hated
go.
CM Punk. Hated him. Which, oh my god.
You know what I learned the other day about Johnny Ace?
What's that?
I learned like I think it was Edge and Christian made a promo on him on their show before like he was like an actual thing on TV. So like nobody knew what they were referencing.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's very cool.
No, I think it was maybe it was the Shawn Michaels promo.
I need
don't
to
remember.
get my
Or something.
action figure like storage boxes out so I can find my Johnny Ace in red suit action
Let's
figure.
go. That's peak Johnny Ace right
It was
there.
a
dude.
Toys R Us build-a-figure. I had to buy like 4 different action figures to build my Johnny Ace. Okay, and I did it. I built him. I built Teddy Long.
I've seen that one.
I built Michael Cole.
I would buy that. I would get a Michael Cole figure. That sounds awesome.
Yeah. The Michael Cole is like honestly one of my favorite figures because it's so fucking weird. You know, like
Was Michael Cole? Was it like WrestleMania Michael Cole, like the gear?
it's
or
just
like,
him in a suit. I wish it were in his
Michael Cole.
Syracuse orange. That would be awesome. Oh my
That's
god.
so good.
No, it's it's him in a suit.
I'm a coal miner,
and it's
bro.
eerily
I'm a coal
accurate.
miner.
Like it's one of the more accurate figures
You think
I
they
have.
scanned his face in?
I think so.
They have, like the most like advanced face scanner they had at the time.
I think so, Steven. I think so. But yeah, I don't know. That was the week of wrestling in 2014. Is there anything else that you want to talk about before we get into our current events? Because we still
Dude, I
got
don't
a
know
lot.
what like shirt I wore at the time. I'm gonna be honest with you.
You don't even know what shirt you wear?
No.
Why would you know that? That seems so much more
You wouldn't?
specific. Why the fuck would you know what shirt you wore?
don't?
On December 3rd, 2014.
You don't?
No, I
I
was
remember what I
wearing
wore
my-
for
my
Christmas. I wore like a
sociopathic-
sweater.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah,
cool.
that makes sense. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Steven, I think it's time for the current events. Are you ready?
Ready.
Yo, Steven.
What up?
Yo, so much has happened in wrestling this week. So,
Dude.
so much.
I have one that's really important.
You got a
and I
big-
need to say it, man.
Oh, we do.
Need to say it.
We're on the same page, Steven.
Dude.
A very big retirement announcement. You know,
Veer?
Veer?
Veer. They announced his debut date.
Yo, Veer?
April 5th.
Yo, Raw after Mania?
He's debuting.
Yo, he's debuting.
Veer is coming to Raw, dude.
That is insane. That is. We're not gonna be there though.
Man.
Fuck. Whatever. Fine. Yeah, no, you're right.
Now?
They announced that Veer's gonna be coming the Raw after Mania, which is like, I mean, that's
gonna
cool.
job his first match back.
Yeah, probably. But why do they announce
like
that?
Emelina him.
Like, why did they not? They could have made that be a big surprise because Raw after Mania hasn't been a
All
thing
those
in so
Veer
long.
fans, all those Veer maniacs.
Well, you know when Veer comes out, especially with a smart crowd, they are
actually
gonna erupt.
There was this one video of him like walking out for like a dark match, and like that video has like 1 million views. I'm pretty sure.
Exactly, man. The people
Crazy.
want
Like they
Veer to
unironically
come.
made this guy really hyped up. I don't know how they did it.
It is.
They did it somehow.
It's not unironically. That's the wrong word to use. But when he comes out, they're gonna explode.
Long-term booking, bro.
Yeah.
Long-term booking still exists, guys. All right.
It really does.
This is proof of it.
But I don't know. Would you have announced it ahead of time? Because I simply wouldn't have.
Honestly, I would have kept it for Raw after or WrestleMania. Have him like do the fucking Cody match. Like instead of like Seth being like, I need one guy out there, and then you just hear Cody's music and then just fucking Veer.
What,
and
you're
he
doing
beats
Cody's
him.
music too? No, we don't need
Yeah.
Cody's music because then don't get people to boo
You
Veer.
need the Veer's music.
No,
Yeah.
we need Cody to be a heel coming into WWE right now, and he's getting cheered. Okay,
Huh.
you know how we don't get him
Okay.
cheered? We have Veer come out. Veer opens Seth Rollins' WrestleMania Open Challenge. Okay, it's whatever his music is. I imagine it's something sounding vaguely like Jinder Mahal and Great Khali's, you know. And so Veer's making his way to the ring.
Some Indian song.
Yeah, I mean honestly, and then Steven, that's when you hear it. Wrestling has more than one royal family, and he has a sledgehammer in hand. Okay?
Nuclear heat.
Exactly. He's still continuing the Triple H rivalry despite the news. He has a sledgehammer, and he fucking wails Veer across the head with it. Okay.
No, Veer.
Exactly.
No.
Veer is dead. He passed away.
Pedigree him on the sledgehammer.
He does, and then
That's the suck it.
He answers Cody's open challenge, or rather Seth's open challenge. I think this is how we book it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good booking.
Spoilers. That's our breaking news for this week, guys.
Spoilers for Mania. We're journalists. We know what we're talking about. We have sources.
Exactly.
Multiple sources.
But yeah, no, speaking, Steven, there was a very, very big retirement announced this week that I think it's worth mentioning. Because it came out a little bit earlier, I think like yesterday, that Fandango will be retiring in 2 months, Steven. He announced he's taking his final indie dates, his final bookings, and Fandango will be stepping away from in-ring action. Deputy Dango, he's going to be sorely missed.
Dingo's so awesome, man.
Yeah,
I'm
so
so
just
sad by this news.
Moment of silence, 10-bell salute, you know.
His Johnny Curtis run,
Oh my god, it's spectacular.
an
It really
NXT
is.
rerun, where he was like a creep towards Maxine.
All the memories. Everyone's a creep toward Maxine. Maxine can't
His
get away from
first-
fucking creeps.
His first ballroom dancer that was kind of like pushed away for Samurai.
Oh yeah, true. This
Where'd she
big
go?
win over Jericho at WrestleMania. That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fandangoing.
But we better see Dango before he retires, Steven. Okay, we got 2
I hope
months
he's
left.
I hope he's like WrestleCon. We could meet him like a gas station just
I
randomly.
hope so. I hope he's at Joey Janela's spring break night too, in the clusterfuck.
Yeah.
You know, fighting Jimmy Wang Yang. That'd be badass.
Yo, let's go.
Let's go. And then also Triple H is retired, so.
Nah, whatever.
Yeah,
I thought he
yeah.
already was retired. I'm gonna be honest.
Well, yeah, I didn't realize it had been so long since his last match. It was legit. It was pre-COVID. It was 2019.
Was it versus Dave Batista?
It was not. His last match in WWE, Steven, was in Ryogoku, Japan. It was a live event. It wasn't even televised. And he teamed up with Shinsuke Nakamura to fight the team of Bobby Roode and Samoa Joe.
What is this match? What?
I don't know.
I get like Nakamura in Japan, but why Bobby Roode?
Well,
it's for like NXT or like
no, it was a main roster show. It was just all Triple H's boys. It was just all his champions. He was like, "Hey guys, let's have a match together. Let's have some fun."
Why is Bobby Roode Triple H's boy?
I don't fucking know.
How did that happen?
No, I simply don't. And the night before
Like,
that, on the Japan tour,
you ripped up my gimmick in TNA. And Bobby Roode's like, yeah, I did, man.
yeah, I'm a big fan. That's cool. And then the night before, Steven, he teamed up with the Club, AJ Styles, Gallows, and Anderson, and he fought like fucking Drew, Bobby, and Baron Corbin or something. which is like Triple H was just.
Oh, that
having
was a
fun.
team. I forgot that existed.
Yeah, it sucked. This was the worst wrestling ever. Was like late 2019. Oh my god.
Yeah. No, I was in
hated that shit.
2010.
You're kind of right. You're kind of right.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically Triple H was like Stephen A. Smith's show on ESPN earlier today, or not earlier today. It was like I think yesterday. And basically he announced that his cardiac-related event, quote unquote, that he experienced back in September, he went into heart failure, and basically he had some major surgery after he started coughing up blood, and Stephanie took him to like the ER or something, and they ended up saying like, hey dude, your heart's failing, you could die, we need to do like this big surgery on you. And he was getting like choked up in the interview. Like there were clips of it I was watching, and like he was like legit like having to stop himself and like on the verge of tears, like being like, because he was talking about like how he has 3 daughters, right? And fucking he didn't know if he was gonna fucking ever see them again, which is crazy. Like that's
so scary.
That is so fucking scary. They're also like, young.
Reminds me of like Kalisto. Apparently Kalisto like like 3 heart attacks.
Who gives a shit?
What?
I'm sorry. No, I was inappropriate.
Fuck you,
I didn't mean
Kalisto
that.
had COVID, dude. Fuck you.
Oh shit, Kalisto had COVID and almost died?
Yeah, he almost died from COVID.
Oh my god.
You didn't know that? He was in a wheelchair.
Kalisto?
Like, he was in a wheelchair. Yeah, Kalisto.
Is he still in a wheelchair?
No.
Oh. Fucking.
Wait, he had like 3 heart attacks or heart failures.
That's what happens when you're anti-vax, you know?
I don't know if he's anti-vax.
I don't even
know.
I just know Sasha is, so.
Isn't Keith Lee anti-vax too?
I think so, yeah.
Speaking of Keith, have you seen those Keith Lee memes? Like, Keith Lee would be a motherfucker who, like, you know?
Oh,
You
yeah,
seen those,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Keith Lee would be that kind of guy.
The one who
would be
says
like, "Greetings,
salutations instead of, yeah.
I mean, he actually does, though. So
Yeah, no, that's the joke. Is that
honestly, I think Keith Lee's kind of overrated on the mic.
Okay.
That's my opinion.
Steven, shut up.
Dude, the guy says, greetings and salutations. It's me, Keefosaurus Lee.
He sounds a little weird. He sounds cheesy, but like because of who he is and how he wrestles, it works. Like if it was Ricochet doing that, it would not work.
Fucking Ricochet be like, greetings and salutations. It's me, Ricochet. I'm gonna beat you into submission right now with my powerful launching maneuvers.
It would be embarrassing, Steven, is what it would be. And so, but no, you're kind of right. It's a weird style, but I think only because it's Keith Lee does it work, you know? Either way, though, back to Triple H. Triple H is also a big man. His heart failed. He was so big a man. And basically now he has a defibrillator in his chest, I guess, at all times.
Oh my god, it's like Iron Man.
Yeah. And he's not really able to wrestle anymore. And so
makes sense.
His last match was those ones in Japan. And before that, his final match like on TV was him versus Randy Orton in Saudi Arabia.
That's a cool final match.
Yeah. That's a good one to go out on. And before that, it was the Dave Bautista one where Batista fell getting into the ring. Which is awesome. It's my favorite shit.
Poor Batista, man. I mean, to be fair, he doesn't want to wrestle anymore, you know?
I
don't know.
What the hell?
If I was Batista? Go to Hollywood, yeah.
Yo, I sent you that photo of Batista like a week or 2 ago. Dude looks like he aged like fucking 50 years.
He doesn't have
in the past like
he doesn't have to do
6
that much
months
anymore.
I guess, but
I mean, he's older. He's like 50. Again, he's older than Triple H. You gotta remember Jacy.
He's an older dude, but like he looked young for so long, and now his age is like starting to catch up to him.
It's like the Danny DeVito effect, where you see Danny DeVito in real life. It's like, oh my god, that guy's old.
Have you seen Danny DeVito in real life?
I've seen photos of him like outside.
In real life. Yeah, no, I get
life.
that too. No, I get that. I get that. No, you're true. But Steven, by the way, Ryback tweeted out. Let me pull up this fucking Ryback tweet because
Ryback's a common occurrence in this episode.
Yeah, Ryback tweeted out. This is in response to all the Triple H news. Quote, you ended up being the biggest disappointment for me personally from loving you growing up, but I wish you well in retirement and future good health. Hashtag
Why would you
Triple
tweet
H.
that?
Because he's a fucking moron, you know?
Maybe he was right about calling himself dumb as shit.
I'm a dumb fuck. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
This is accurate. I don't. He just made it about himself and was just weird. Like,
not even that. He was like shit talking someone else. It's like when Scott Hall died. I think someone's like, his matches aren't that great, guys. All right, come on.
No one like. But the thing is, like, someone probably said that, but they were probably a fucking nobody. You know, it was probably like some dude on Twitter. This is
Dave Meltzer who said that.
Oh no! Oh, not the wrestling police.
With the fucking gun. Name one 5-star Scott Hall match right now.
It's awesome.
Good for the Melts.
Steven, like I mentioned a little bit ago, I attended AEW Dynamite this week, okay?
Oh my gosh, how was it?
Well, Punk versus Dax Harwood, amazing match, got me emotional. We talked about this.
Again, that's the most Marky shit ever, dude.
No, it's not. Like, Revival is one of my favorite tag
People make fun of you.
Dude, you can't blame
You're like that
me.
guy who was a meme who like cried for Punk's debut.
Because the guy who cried for Punk was a grown man. Okay, he was probably our age now.
You're also a grown.
No. Listen. Look here. Listen. He was a grown man when Punk was in his prime. Shut up.
It's just copium,
Shut
dude.
up. Stop.
It's just copium right here.
That man, the one crying, was our age now. Back in 2011, back when Punk was cutting the pipe bomb, I was 10 at the time, okay?
This is copium, bro.
He was a childhood hero of mine. He couldn't have been a childhood hero of the man crying, okay? He was a peer of the man crying. He was my hero, Steven. My hero.
Every so often, I think about that one kid reacting like John Cena's debut. It was like this like one little child just like screaming on the top of his lungs like, yeah!
Yeah!
For like John Cena.
That's badass.
I might have a picture of him somewhere. I just think it's really funny.
But that's me. That's me with fucking CM Punk, okay? You have to understand. Yeah.
Yeah, but the guy's like 2 years old.
Well, I was 10, so...
You're more close to the older guy crying for CM Punk.
I guess so. But
dude, this is
I didn't cry. I was just feeling emotional, you know? I didn't think I was ever going to see CM Punk wrestle again. I thought Punk versus Taker was going to be the last match. I did. I saw him versus Dax Harwood, and it was very good.
Yeah.
You know, it was awesome. I had a great time. So I did not cry. Also, the main event, Steven, of Rampage was Swerve Strickland versus fucking Ricky Starks. Insane.
That's fun.
Such a good match. And those are like two Austin guys as well. Like they were like big
hometown crowd.
Yeah, Ricky moved to Austin after Hurricane Katrina in like 2008. And so he's like lived here ever since. And then Swerve was Wrestle Circus champion for like the longest time. And so... What are you laughing at, Steven?
Find the picture of the fucking little kid cheering.
Oh,
here you go.
Cool. Thank you so much. But that match was awesome between the two of them for the FTW title. And Steven, Swerve is so good.
Swerve is great. I don't know why they got rid of him.
It's the dumbest thing. Like it's not like he asked for his release. They simply released him. They said, "Oh, we don't want fucking Swerve on our roster."
The thing is, they released the entire group like a week after debuting.
It's insane. I don't understand how that happens. I don't, and I hope
what was
they regret
the point
it.
of Hit Row debuting?
I simply don't. But I you know what?
I guess the guy did make like a very like bad. Who was the bigger guy in that team?
Something about like leaky.
Very like offensive rap.
Not leaky. It was. Well, doesn't Jinder have like a really weird guy with him, like a weird name? Shanky. He has Shanky with him.
It was Shanky and Veer, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I think Veer wasn't Veer part of like the Mahal group?
No way. Was he?
I think he was.
Shanky and Veer?
I think that's where he came from.
Oh my god, good for Veer.
I think that's legit where they came from.
That's pretty badass. And
they're like, yo, this Veer guy, this guy's gonna be our next star.
Either way, that wasn't Swerve. You don't fire Swerve because some guy in his group said something dumb, you know? But again, I'm happy for it because now I'll actually get to watch Swerve's matches. And his theme song is fucking wonderful. It was stuck in my head the entire time. Swerve.
He does it, right? Does he do it?
Swerve when I drive. Yeah, I think it's him. But it's just, it's, oh my gosh.
I think Swerve is just such a cool guy. He looks awesome too.
He does. Everything is so amazing. I love Swerve.
Yeah.
Also,
have you seen that like promo he does on YouTube where he's like smoking the cigar in a suit?
I don't think so.
Looks so cool in it.
I don't think that's pretty badass. That's pretty badass. But Steven, also on this AEW Dynamite card was it was a big ass, like an 8-man tag team match between the team of the Hardys, Sting, and Dobby versus the Butcher and the Blade and Private Party, right?
Dude, have you seen Blade or Butcher now? Like they look jacked.
Yeah, they've been jacked for forever, man. They've been jacked for like the past 2 years. Where you've been?
Good for them. Good for them.
But this match was fucking insane for a couple reasons. One is that Darby Allin just got thrown down a flight of stairs by the Butcher. Just like straight up just thrown down them, no regard. Like insane. And then Jeff Hardy, they ended up battling because it was false count anywhere, I'm pretty sure. Or just like there were no rules to the match, right? And so most of the match occurred like in the fucking, not the alleyway, but the concourse, right? And so Jeff got a big ass ladder out, a tall ass ladder, and brought it over to the merchandise booth, and he laid the Butcher and the Blade down on a table, and he fucking went up to the ladder. Again, this is in the concourse, And he was like, oh shit, no, this isn't tall enough. And so he climbs onto the wall. Like there's a little like indent in the wall. He climbs onto it and he does a swanton off of it. Just like onto the fucking table.
Those are
onto
the really
concrete.
scary spots.
Insane. So this and the Darby getting thrown downstairs happened in the same match. Matt Hardy got put through a table. Sting got hit in the balls. So much stuff happened.
But you know what else happened on this episode of Dynamite or Rampage?
What happened?
There was a promo featuring Thunder Rosa. I heard it was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, this is Thunder Rosa's like supposed to be her celebration after she won the women's championship in San Antonio last week. She comes out.
Yeah.
And then Vicky Guerrero she comes out and she
Excuse me.
Does she say that? I don't know.
I think she did. Excuse me. And then they just started fighting about how Thunder Rosa is actually from Mexico and she can't claim to be a real Texan. Which is like, okay, I'm in Texas. I am a Texan, and I don't give a shit about this. No way anyone else does, not from Texas, you know? And then after like a couple seconds, it's like, oh, she's just distracting her. Because from behind, Nyla Rose comes out, attacks. And now we have our first feud for Thunder Rosa as champion. It's Nyla.
Wow. Exciting feud, man.
I mean, I think it'll be good. I think Nyla Rose is awesome, and I think Thunder Rosa is awesome. So I think it's gonna be great matches. But it's like, maybe like what they could have done is have Thunder Rosa do a real celebration, and have like a full interview, and then get attacked. Maybe, I don't know. But having your champion,
add racism towards this.
Yeah, let's insult her for being
me
Mexican and then attack her.
This reminds me when JBL was like doing the border control gimmick, right? And there was this one like house show, I think it was like some like right-leaning state, where he's talking about like illegal Mexicans not being here and shouldn't be allowed, like Eddie. And then the crowd just started cheering for him.
This makes sense.
Good for JBL.
This makes sense. Good for JBL is right. So yeah, no, that promo kind of sucked, and I mean, I hope it gets better. Nyla cut a cool promo on Twitter afterwards, like explaining it, which was good. Because by the way, Nyla is fucking great on the microphone. She does not need Vicky Guerrero. Yeah, Nyla is very intimidating, a great wrestler and a great talker. And Vicky Guerrero makes her seem like a not great wrestler and a not great talker. Okay, and just ruins the entire presentation.
Down.
Exactly. She's like legitimately Vicky Guerrero has railroaded Nyla Rose's career.
Aww.
I stand by that wholeheartedly.
I don't want to be railed by Vicky. That would suck for me.
The one good thing to come from this is the one shirt of them in bikinis together. That's it. That's it. The Vicious Vixens t-shirt. Otherwise, it's fucked. But there was another promo on this Dynamite, Steven, involving one Sammy Guevara. Did you watch this?
I seen it. I love the promo. It was awesome.
Yeah, well, Steven, I have to be honest. I get so bummed out whenever Dan Lambert shows up on TV, you know? And it's not like, he's a bad guy, so I don't like him. Like, oh, dang, he's annoying me. It's like, I don't care. Like, I don't want to watch this. Like, I don't watch Dynamite on a weekly basis anyways. But like, if I were, I would skip by Dan every fucking time. And I simply can't do that when it's live. And by the way, they somehow managed to turn the entire audience against Sammy Guevara. I don't know how you do that, but they did in a matter of like 2 weeks by partnering him with Ty. And
I think it's because like people are just kind of like, what's it called? Like they just don't feel comfortable with people having sex because they can't have sex.
Well,
like
it's it's two very gorgeous people. Like Sammy Guevara and Ty Conti are just they're incredible looking, right? And then they're also great wrestlers. And then Cody and Brandy just left, so they need someone to hate. And then they also have the weird stuff about like Sammy kind of breaking off his engagement. To be fair, though,
they are doing like the little like douchey haha guys. We have sex.
Yeah, they're playing into it at this point, which is. But like, I would be cool with that if they were fighting good guys. You know, like if they were playing the role of heel. But
yeah,
they're going up against
like
Dan.
It's like getting Logan Paul as a face. You know.
Yeah, who could
like,
do that?
It's just kind of weird.
Yeah.
Who would do that, right?
Who would do
that?
But
Steven, we have lore about AEW and its title.
Yeah, we do. We have a lot of lore about the TNT Championship because Dan Lambert, he's co-owner, I guess, of the TNT titles right now. He wears one of the two.
Ripping off gimmicks.
Yeah. And basically, he's telling Sammy like, oh, you can kiss your title goodbye, something to that effect. And he starts kissing the TNT Championship.
Good for him.
And then Sammy's like, oh, dude, my jizz is on there.
It's rent-free in your brain and in your mouth.
It's just cool. Yeah, Sammy was just like, hey, yeah, Ty and I, we fucked all over that thing.
We don't know if that's a shoot or not.
Well, they posted photos of them naked with the title, which is cool. And everyone accused Fuego del Sol of taking the photo, which is funny.
Who was the cameraman? Who was the Brad Maddox here?
Did you see the people photoshopping Brad Maddox onto the photo? Just naked, crouched over with his camera.
I want to see this. That's awesome.
It was so good.
Let's go, Brad.
Let's go.
I love how over he is
by the
for
way,
having his nudes leaked. Good for Brad.
Absolutely. Fuego del Sol, by the way, came out on Rampage later that night.
Is he Brad?
No, I don't think that's the gimmick they're going with, unfortunately. He's not a cuck quite yet. But he was calling out the House of Black, right? He was calling out Alistair, Brody, and Buddy. And Buddy is a name that does not fit in that. What the fuck? Alistair, Brody, and Buddy. No.
It's me, Buddy.
Fuck, that's
Why would you just pick the name Buddy Matthews as your indie name? Like, you get, like, infinite possibilities, and you pick Buddy Matthews.
Exactly. He could have been something cool, like
Murphy.
like Murphy.
Like Murphy.
That's so cool. You're right. But no, Fuego is there, and he's like, you guys beat me up last week, but just for a second, everyone here in the audience, they believed in me, and that's all I needed. So I'm challenging you, Alistair Black. He called him Alistair Black instead of Malachi.
I'm getting you, Malicious Black.
Yeah. But then the three of them came out and they fucking beat the shit out of Fuego. It was awesome.
Well deserved,
yeah. But I just thought it was funny. He had one line and he fucking.
I'm coming after you, Malika Black.
Hell yeah. But back to the jizz all over the championship, Steven. Eddie Kingston,
the Brad special,
put out a tweet, a tweet later that day, and he was like, hey, this is kind of a weird way to pay tribute to and honor a title that's supposed to represent a dearly departed friend of all of ours, basically being like the TNT championship that was Brody's title, Brody Lee, and now we're jizzing on it, which cool, great way.
Good for them.
Great way to remember.
The title that Brody Lee died on, and
he died on. Oh my god. But it was just, I don't know, because I get what Eddie Kingston's saying. Like, yeah, it's a little bit weird, but at the same time, it's like it's wrestling.
I think it wouldn't be weird if they weren't faces.
Well, I mean, it'd still be weird. Like the thing about like his legacy or whatever being.
But like it'd be less weird because it'd be like, oh, they're just douches, right? You heel douches, I guess, whatever makes sense. But because they're like supposed to be the good guys, it's like, man,
yeah, it makes
John
it
Cena
worse.
comes on the W title. That's awesome.
Yeah. Remember that time Paige? I don't want to talk about the Paige leaks, but they happened, right?
I don't know what you're talking
news.
about.
And then when all the videos came out of her with the title, they got a new championship the next week to replace it.
You think that was like like they were planning on that happening eventually, or they just like, oh shit, dude.
I don't think you can get a belt made that quickly, but I think it was a very smart decision because every time I saw the NXT Women's title,
long-term booking,
that's all I thought about.
Booking at this point. It was a good booking. Great
booking. Absolutely.
It's really long. I mean, what's the long-term when those are filmed?
Entire career. That was a great booking.
Yeah. Do you have any other news stories this week?
I do. I have a couple, Steven. Because I think
I don't want to talk about jizz all week.
Pretty much all of it from AEW Dynamite. Goldust and
you're there,
Lance Hoyt fought on Rampage, so I watched that match, which it was fine. Just
what role does Goldust have now, by the way?
Oh, honestly, that's kind of what I was thinking the whole time. Is like, what's he doing here? Why is he still
here? You kind of got screwed because Cody leaving, you know?
Yeah, well, he still has the Nightmare family, I guess, behind him, or the Nightmare.
Nightmare family. Yeah.
Cool.
With Stephen Amell.
Hell yeah, and Luther, Dr. Luther, let's go.
Hell yeah.
But what I noticed about this match is not, I mean, it's not even about the match. It's just about Lance Hoyt, Lance Archer in general, is the fact that this man, Steven, he is a Texas wrestling guy, right? He's at all the indie shows. I've been watching him for like years in person, right? And
with his tramp stamp?
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Have you ever noticed the massive graveyard he has tattooed on his ass and back?
The one covering his tramp stamp?
Oh yeah, he got it as a cover-up because he used to have just a straight-up tramp stamp right there, and he was like, "Oh, how can I hide this?" And so
was it like an accidental tramp stamp? Like it just happened to look like one, or was it just like legit just a tramp stamp?
I don't think you can accidentally get a tramp stamp. It is what it is. If you get it there and it looks like that, that's a tramp stamp. But instead of like getting it removed or like getting it like sort of like artfully done up, fucking solid black graveyard into his ass crack. It's crazy. It's amazing. It's amazing.
You get anything you want, you get a graveyard.
Hell yes.
I'd make it like a dragon.
Yeah.
On my ass.
This is emerging from your ass. That's cool.
Yeah. Out of my butt crack, just this big dragon.
That's very awesome.
Oh yeah.
Steven, do you want to get matching tramp stamps?
Maybe.
We can get the exact design that Lance Hoyt had, you know? We can.
Let's go.
Let's do it. Let's do it. I think it's the way to go.
Okay.
But also, aside from AEW then, Steven, let's talk about... it's kind of AEW related, I guess, in that it's about MJF. MJF did an interview with Ariel Helwani earlier this week, and in it, he's talking about how he's not like totally committed to AEW. When his contract runs out, he's gonna consider.
He's in it for the money.
Exactly. And then Ariel starts asking him about like, okay, well, like, what do you think about like other wrestling like going on right now? Like, do you watch stuff like outside of AEW? And MJF's like, yeah, I watch all of it. I watch Raw, I watch SmackDown, NXT 2.0, MLW, all the indies. I don't watch New Japan though. That sucks. That's the shits.
Just say like, I don't speak Japanese. No, it's just shit. It's just shit, dude.
He said it's the shits. Talking about poor fucking New Japan. Is he wrong? No.
Man.
But like...
Okada versus Buddy Matthews, man. Match of the year. Come on.
Exactly. Egg.
Evil, dude? Evil? Come on, man.
Don't shit talk evil. Don't shit talk evil ever. I still have to order his $65 action figure. Don't shit talk evil. Evil is legitimately awesome.
Yeah?
Yes. Don't question me like that. Don't be condescending.
Yeah?
Evil's awesome.
Kenta's current run, dude? Oh my gosh.
I don't give a shit about Kenta.
Yoshitatsu, bro?
Yo. Yoshihashi, Steven. Oh my god. Got me feeling different. But yeah, I just thought it was so funny that MJF hates NJPW. You know?
Makes sense.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I mean, that's not like his style of wrestling, right? Like, I assume he's more into like Western.
I guess, but he's like close to our age. I would have figured he'd be into it, but who knows? I mean, and how much of it is
he's more jacked than us. I don't know how he thinks, you know?
He
also doesn't live in a basement like we do.
No, you're right. You're right. Do we live in the same basement canonically, or are we in separate basements?
Honestly, I would like to know too.
Yeah, we'll figure it out one day, man.
One day we'll learn.
Also, this week I learned, I don't know if this is news per se, but I was on Twitter, and Charlotte Flair was attending a wedding, and they did like the little bouquet toss, and she caught the flowers, and the person recording this was Andrade El Idolo.
Oh my gosh, was it a shoot the entire time?
Yo, I thought for sure they broke up. I thought like the news was they broke up back at the end of last year. But they're fucking attending weddings together. So they're back together.
Oh my gosh.
Or they never broke up. I'm not too sure. But either way, I'm excited.
Yo.
I love the idea that Andrade and Charlotte are together. I don't know why I like that so much, but I really love that they're a couple. You know, I think she's definitely taller than him, which makes me happy. Have you
seen the one part in the interview with MJF where the guy's like, hey, do you like Tony Khan? Like, yeah, I like Tony Khan. There's a reason why he won Book of the Year 2 times in a year. Or 2 times in a row. And dude's like, according to who? And I'm just like, shut up. I don't know, man.
True.
It's just so funny.
That is very funny. Which, by the way, Steven, you know who Petey Williams is, right?
I love me some Petey Williams.
Hell yeah, I think we all do. And you know what he currently does, right? He was a producer for WWE. Yeah, well, he's a backstage producer for WWE.
Oh, good for him.
So yeah, like he's the one like helping like produce all the matches.
Dude, I feel like every wrestler becomes a producer for WWE eventually.
Yeah,
I mean, life cycle.
All the TNA wrestlers, especially, they got fucking Abyss.
Abyss. Oh my god, I forgot Abyss was a producer for like half a second. That's crazy to me.
They have Jimmy Jacobs. They oh my god, they got so many. They got Daivari, I think was one for some point.
Daivari is a producer?
I think so. Yeah.
Which one?
Sean Daivari, not Arya. Sean Daivari.
Okay, because I got fired.
Yeah. But basically, Petey Williams, Steven, he is a producer now for WWE, and apparently Vince McMahon is very high on. Again, this is all dirt sheets, so take it for
on Petey Williams.
Apparently, he is so high on Petey goddamn Williams. Okay, and because he this week he produced the AJ Styles Seth Rollins match, which was apparently very good. But apparently,
He did that what?
Vince McMahon refuses to call him or acknowledge him as Petey. He insists that on all official documentation,
Peter.
he is Pete or Peter. He will not call him
Peter.
Petey.
Is his name actually Petey Williams, or is it like?
Well, it's wrestling, you know. You go by the name that you go by.
Wrestling.
So like
Peter.
You know, exactly.
Peter.
But it's so fucking fun. Like, it's the dude's name. Like, it's been his name for so many years.
Yeah.
It's I'm not calling a man Petey.
Your name's Petey? It's a fucking bitch name.
That's not
dude.
anymore.
Your name's Peter now.
Exactly. Because
Pete
Peter.
Dunne? No, dude, you're being.
They fucking hate that name. Yeah, you're right.
They say anyone with Pete in their name. It's like the one theory of like TJP's name with Vince. Being like, Vince changed TJ Perkins' name because reminded him of a restaurant he hated.
Well,
That's why he's TJP.
Perkins is kind of a lame ass last name. Let's be honest.
Is it? Honestly, I prefer TJP over TJ Perkins. as a
Yeah,
name.
yeah. TJP is way better. TJP is way better.
Yeah.
We're not here to talk about TJP though, Steven.
Well, I love TJP. I can talk about TJP for hours.
I would prefer we don't. So Steven, before we ride off into wait, I can't say that. I forget every week. Before we end the podcast,
You want to hear You have another story?
Well, I don't have another story, but I did want to talk about the fact that we are going to Mania, right? Like we said a little bit ago.
We are
so
going to Mania.
I thought we could do a recap of the entire card, but then I realized that would take another fucking 2
That'll
hours.
take forever.
So I just wanted to ask you what you're most excited about for WrestleMania weekend.
I
put you on
the
the spot.
car drive.
What?
Really cool. I'm excited for the drive there.
The drive with my dad.
Yeah.
And me. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I guess it'll be
I'm
fun.
excited for Roman match.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, we gotta appreciate our tribal chief.
Well, Roman versus Brock. Steven, remember we were in Atlanta the night of day one when they were supposed to fight. You know?
Yeah.
We didn't go to the
Long-term
show.
booking right there, dude.
But like,
I like how
you know.
we managed to get to Atlanta the day of a pay-per-view that we didn't know about.
we saw it on the billboards there. We pulled up to downtown Atlanta, saw Roman Reigns on a billboard, and we're like, holy shit. Little did we know though. Thank
We have a
Christ.
picture of us pointing. We have a picture of us pointing like this.
Thank God we didn't. We have to find that photo. We did not.
Oh, I have it. I showed it to you.
Send
one
it to
day.
me. Send it to me.
I think I already did.
Send it to me again.
Like a while ago. Okay, fine.
But thank God we did not decide like, oh yeah, let's spend the night in Atlanta and go to the show, because fucking Roman had COVID. That would have been such
we
bullshit.
could have seen Brock Lesnar win.
Fucking job
You know
out
that-
Biggie.
I remember we were talking about. I was like, I think we were in the car ride because we were leaving Atlanta. We're like, hey, Jacy. So Roman has COVID, and you're like, no, oh my gosh, not my tribal chief, bro. Oos. And then I was like, so guess what they're doing? They're doing a fatal 4-way with Brock Lesnar now, or is it 5-way?
Fatal 5-way now. It was supposed to be a 4-way.
Okay. Yeah. And I was like, so I think they're gonna make Brock win because that'd be the stupidest thing ever. And you're like, no way, Steve. There's no way that happens. And then later that night, we watched the pay-per-view on our phone.
We had it on
and then we just see
dashboard.
Brock win. And we're like, fuck.
Fuck is
Shit.
right. I hate that shit. I hate that shit.
That was epic.
But the point is, we'll get to see that match for real now, and it's very exciting.
Yo, I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think for like Pat McAfee and Austin Theory, I think that could be fun.
Oh, that's a cool match. Pat McAfee's legit, like, really athletic and cool
Yeah.
and good at wrestling. And he got promos.
Yeah, he's badass. He's badass. Briscoes versus FTR, I think is pretty badass too. I'm excited about that.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. But Steven, I'm looking forward to it. Did you have anything else you want to talk about? You sounded like you had a story for me.
There was a interview like today with Dean Ambrose. I mean John Moxley in it.
Uh-huh.
Where he was talking about his like Scout's plans.
God's plans?
And no, like he had like a scrapped like storyline or a name change, I think. Like
Okay.
apparently Vince wanted to rename to Deanne.
Deanne?
These nuts.
What? That didn't work.
Nah, dude.
What
Dude,
the
it didn't work.
fuck?
It worked, dude. It worked.
Deanne?
Yeah, Deanne.
D-
Like the letter D and the letter N. These nuts. That's pretty good, right?
You didn't say
pretty good.
DN. You said
Well,
Deanne. Like D-I-A-N-E.
Yeah, I know. I wanted to make it sound like more plausible.
No, it's
like
not. It's just because you
Deanne.
don't fucking know how to speak, Steven.
Dude.
Don't
L plus
pass it.
ratio
It
yet
was-
again,
It was
dude.
an intentional decision on my part to
Plus
fool
ratio,
you.
and again, I was only
No.
pretending to not know how to speak English, okay?
What was your favorite debut this week in wrestling, Steven? What was your favorite debut?
What one happened on Rampage today? That one.
Oh yeah, isn't there like a girl debuting, something like that? I don't know.
I don't fucking care. Wanna
No,
see
I
what it is
watched
right now? We can
Rampage. No one debuted. Never
Look
mind.
it up right now.
Yeah, what happened on SmackDown? I already know what happened on Rampage. I simply watched
They
it.
announced the triple threat for the Intercontinental title with like the Lethal Lovers.
Oh, I don't even
And
know who the
Ricochet.
Lethal Lovers are.
It's
And-
Carrillo Caribbean. Is that his name?
Carlo Caribbean?
Who's the fucking guy with the dimples?
Is that Primo's new gimmick?
No.
What?
It's Angel Garza. I like Angel Garza.
Oh, I love Angel. Yeah.
Yeah, he's in it.
He's in NXT again? Oh wait, no, SmackDown.
No,
SmackDown.
no, it's SmackDown.
Okay.
SmackDown.
Who's Carlo
I don't
Caribbean? And why is he on SmackDown?
He's the part of Lethal Lovers, dude.
Who's again?
I'm pretty sure I just forgot what his last name
Umberto
was.
Carrillo.
Oh, that guy, yeah. Same
Oh
name,
my
same name.
God. And who are they fighting?
Ricochet, our boy Trev.
So the team is fighting one another.
No, it's a triple threat.
That's
the
what I
title.
mean. It's all three of them. It's the Lethal Lovers and
Yeah.
Ricochet. So
Yeah,
okay.
and they announced what?
Carlo Caribbean? Is that what you called him?
Undertaker is gonna drive at a NASCAR event.
Cool.
If that sounds interesting to you,
That
it
sounds
really
very
doesn't.
interesting. What is the Undertaker going to do at the NASCAR event, Steven?
Drive a car.
Wow. Cool.
It's crazy, right?
Uh-huh. That's so
Uh-huh.
awesome. That's so awesome.
That's all they announced on SmackDown.
They saved that big announcement for SmackDown. Hey guys,
Yep.
tune in to ESPN. Undertaker will be driving a car.
But they actually did that, so
That's cool.
like I don't know.
He's promoting his Hall of Fame by driving a car.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I like Taker. Have you seen that one interview he's doing where like he has like toilet paper and like guns behind him? Because it was like during like COVID. There's like
Dude,
hoarding of all those
that was
toilet
his-
paper rolls. Good for
That's
Taker, dude.
awesome.
Good for Taker.
That is pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Okay, Steven.
Mhm.
Well, I think it's about time we wrap things up on this episode of Following Lucha. We've got
Alright.
to edit this thing. We got to get it uploaded, and then we got to go to WrestleMania, man. We're out of time. We got to
Oh my
go.
gosh.
We got to go.
We gotta go to WrestleMania.
We got to go.
Oh whoa. Time to go to WrestleMania. Just like that.